There you go. All right. All right. Again. All right. 1 second, y'all. About to check the stream real quick. Make sure everything's up and running. Alrighty. Well, I'm trying to make sure the stream's up and running. Is it live? Yeah, we're good. The heck? Don't panic. What the heck? Y'all stop the weed. Alright. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if my TV's too loud too. That's what y'all gotta do. Let me know if the TV's too loud. I'm trying to make sure I got everything all set up real quick. Let me test it out. Dang, you can hear my TV? No way. Trying to make sure I got everything off. Alrighty. Alright.
She brings up like a pay grade thing, and just me not being a very truthful person because she's not happy in the relationship itself. I feel like emotionally we're both trapped. I feel like we love each other, but I don't think that it's something that can't be fixed. It's tough to start. It's super emotional.
Bro, why does Weeble have all this stuff on the screen? Get all this shit off the screen, bro. I don't care about none of this.
I'm trying to, get us in our relationship to like move on from, but I mean, I'm as open as I can and honest with her. So
there we go.
For a little bit, kind of just decompress because I don't have all the answers right now.
Alright. Alright. Alright, so this is actually a beautiful, it's a beautiful little spot. So if we do reclaim yesterday's high, we're going back up. We're going back up. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I might go grab my headphones real quick so I could plug them in because the TV's, it keeps picking up all the TV for some reason. I don't want it to get I don't want my stream to get all messed up. You can't hear me? Is it clear? Is it good? Or is it how's it? But yeah, we reclaimed yesterday's high. You know the rules. I already called the first move out. On the YouTube video from yesterday, we already caught 100% banger. I have to get in on a drawing action. I go through that. All right, hold on. Let me drop this. All right. Yeah, just give me like a few minutes to set this up. But yeah, so you got your main level 700. You need to reclaim that, right? Anything under this, anything under here is just consolidation. Remember, consolidation. If it doesn't reclaim, even with the wicks, right? Forget the wicks. Disregard the wicks. Don't even look at the wicks. If this does not, actually, let's turn the wicks off. Let's turn this off. There we go. So y'all don't get confused. Remember, we need this candle to either reclaim, close above, reclaim, right? And then you get some sort of little inverse head and shoulder. If it does not, Remember, it's consolidation underneath. You consolidate underneath. Next candle does not reclaim previous day's close. Remember, previous day close, big level. What are we going to do? Watch for our next level, right? 698.65. Below that, 697.50, right? So be patient. Don't rush. Because if they do want to just trap everybody, everybody's like, oh, finally short, right? They can definitely do that and then squeeze it right back up. This is what they've been doing for the past couple days. So just let it do its thing. You know what I'm saying? Give it some time. Yeah, just 15. Relax. Be patient. It's cool. No rush. But there's like hella cats outside. Bro, why does this keep happening? I gotta talk to TradingView, bro. Every 30 minutes or so, or not even 30, every 30 seconds, they just keep doing me bad. All right, so remember, now all this is just overhead supply, right? So if we do not hold and get back above and clear it, we're probably just gonna stay inside of it, right? And then chop, 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 chop. But if you're bullish, like I said, you want to see it reclaim, close over, consolidate, push back up, clear all-time highs, right? Or this would be your target right up in here. Right up in here. So if we do reclaim, take your profit here and be careful because they can't just, roll it back down or or just stall it out, right? So be patient. Market just open. We're not in a rush, all right? We're not in a rush. If you missed the dump, who cares, right? Who cares? There's going to be more plays. Relax. Breathe. Take a deep breath. All right, give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna run and grab my headphones real quick. I'm trying to use that as a microphone, cause yeah, this one's kind of doing me bad. But yeah, anyway, we got 18 minutes left on the hourly, so you want to see all this reclaim. Yeah, see, it keeps saying my stuff is disconnected. I'm like, how? What did I do? All right, did we get the wait? Is this extended hours? Oh, extended hours. So we did get the gap close. Well, yeah, barely. We barely got the gap closed. But yeah, look. So if they want to just, boom, bear flag it here, this is where we're coming, right? Below 690, what did I say, 697.50-ish? So 697.75 to 50-ish, right? Right up in here, right up in this zone, right? That's why sometimes it's better to draw zones rather than like specific lines because they can come in the zone like this. This more so came in the zone. Not really specific, like, oh, closed exactly. You know what I'm saying? You have those levels to be mindful of, but, anything can happen. 15. 2 minutes left to this 15 closes. If the 15 closes like this, with all these wicks down here, and it does not, remember, if it does not reclaim, let's say pre-market low. Let's give us a little level right here. Boom. Little pre-market low, right? Pre-market low, damn near probably the same. It's really about the same spot as the previous close. So, yeah, keep this level. 699. 80, let's just say 699.80. You need to get back above. Remember, you want to reclaim. Boom, come back up, test this trend line around 701-ish. 769 to 701-ish. So remember, it's always better. Like I said, if you decide to get in, it's always better to buy time if you're going to jump the gun, right? But do I just suggest jumping the gun? Absolutely not. Never jump the gun. There's no point. Good morning. What's good, my boy? Top of the top. Yes, Sirski. Let's get it. Yeah, you already know we about to bank again and again, again. I'm trying to figure out how to fix my laptop, tell it to not keep turning off every 30 seconds. All right. All right, yeah, see, you got 1 minute left, so be patient with it. We'll see it. Oh, while we wait for this close, any other tickets y'all want me to look at real quick? Anything y'all want me to, get a little Give y'all a little chart update or some shit. Oh wait, my fuck, I gotta stop cussing. Zest. My boy trading zesty stock. Oh yeah. Alright, 1 second. After 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm just over here setting up some shit for my laptop real quick. So yeah, keep watching that, and then I'm alright. Bang. Alright, cool. So look, we're starting to reject. 7 seconds till it closes. It is closing beneath. All right, it's closing beneath. That is not a good sign. All right, you need this follow through candle to close above. Right, this next candle needs to recover. Look, see, rejection, rejection. If this does not push, take out that wick and continue, then it's probably going to reject, and then you get. Remember, let's find the algos. Let's find the algos. All right, bang. Yeah, look at that. See, so if this does recover, look what it is. You got a little boom, sweep, and then remember, you got to wait for it. Never, if it's in the algos, let it continue to stay in until it breaks to either side, right? So this is when it came, boom, it broke out, got the retest, but then it didn't hold and came back up. So if this wants to recover, you'll get an inverse head and shoulder, and then just like yesterday, remember what happened yesterday? Same thing happened. We got that huge dump, fake again, and boom, it went to high day. So just be careful, just in case they want to just keep short squeezing all the bears. You know, that would actually be fun if they did. It'd be an easy day. We just buy at the money calls, but obviously, you can't just trade today just because what happened yesterday. But you got to be mindful of it. Remember, so if it breaks out of this algo, right, breaks out of that channel, boom, pops above, gets that retest, holds over. You need that higher close, right? At least give me a 15-minute close over, right? You get the 15-minute close over. If it does, you know where to push, right? Right back in here, and then main target would be high day, right? Close underneath. We already know the vibes, right? Close underneath pre-market low and previous day's close. We have that same bottom coming around here, so you can't really short it just 100% yet. We still need the candle close, but it has to come under here, and then we come all the way down probably within the 698.50-ish to 697.75-ish. So either way, it's gonna be fun. So let's watch it real quick, and then what was that? Shop. That's what it was. Yeah. So I'm not chasing this short. Like I said, I'm not chasing this short. It doesn't matter to me. I got all day, right? So you don't have to catch every single move, right? If you didn't catch this one, it's fine, all right? It doesn't matter. It's not that serious. The day just started, right? You don't need to be chasing every single trade already, right? We already caught 118% today already. We already caught this whole candle. Because why? What did I say yesterday in yesterday's video? If we open up higher, right? We are probably gonna go close the gap first. So when we couldn't reclaim in pre-market, right? Wick, couldn't reclaim. Boom, right? Easy as short. Take that. Boom. Take your money. Voila. Yeah, see? Now we're starting to clear out. Where do we go next? 698.50. That's why I turned those wicks off, right? Because look, if you would have just chased just because you saw a wick, you'd have been like, oh, we got back over, I'm going to get in. Now look at you. Cooked. All right? So don't pay too much attention to the wick. Pay attention to the close. This is a little mini bear flag. Continuation, right? If it does continue, we are in our level, 698.50. I really hope they just sell this thing all the way off today. That would just be ideal. But yeah, 697.50. Where's the bottom of this range at? 696, 695. Yeah, so if they do, hopefully they do. But will we? Who knows? And you want to know why I'm so skeptical still? Is because remember how we always find these bear traps and we get that crazy candle, then it sweeps. I'm just not convinced, right? Because we just keep doing the same thing. We keep doing it. Boom, boom, boom. Breakout. Sweep, and then they trick bears yet again, and then they've been doing this for 12 days straight, so you ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gotta go too crazy on trying to catch all the shorts. If the shorts will present itself, trust me, we will catch it. And this is why I posted in the chat. I said, hey, watch this algo, and look, we caught the exact top. Look at that. All right, so it's starting to taper. So inside of this super aggressive buying channel, it's starting to taper, right? So all we're doing is finding each algo. And that's why yesterday, look, we were able to buy it inside of this one. Because, why? The algo was holding. So we were able to just keep it going. Uh-oh. Are we going to get that sell today? Zest in Discord. Zest in Discord. What the hell is that? Motherfuckers trading Zesty coin. Oh, hell no. Let me see. How much are 696 puts? 50 buckarooskies. 50 buckarooskies. 696 puts. Where's that at? Okay. So if we come down, okay, cool. Set a little low right here. 696.35. Okay, cool. So yeah, really in between here is where your best levels of previous support would be. All right, in here. So if it does continue below low a day, like I said, just you can, if that's what you want to do, if you want to be a technical sniper and all that shit, you can obviously take that take that little how much does this be? The little $1.50. I mean, shit, $1.50 that could pay. That could pay for real. But yeah, remember, wait for it to clear. You don't want to get caught up trying to chase, right? You don't want to get caught up trying to chase. So if you didn't catch the original rejection of the breakdown retest, it's cool, all right? Remember, we're taking it level to level. Don't chase level to level. Just play level to level. But like I said, if you did, the 696s, you could catch a nice little scalp on the 696 puts. Got to clear the low first, though. So don't chase it. Don't chase it. It's okay. It's okay. Market's still open. It's still early, But we do want a close for bulls. I mean, we do want to close above 699.25, which is really right around here. Yeah, right around here. So this is what you would want because this is what held yesterday towards that end of day, right? So you still would kind of want this area to right here to close above, because if you do, then what would this be? Same thing we always talk about: breakout, retest, trap, squeeze. All right. So if they want to keep squeezing it, mind you, none of this is actually making any sense, right? And it's not because the war, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? None of this technically makes any sense, but we don't really care. We're not here to try to understand the market. We're here to trade the market. If it want to go up for 20 more days in a row and this be the longest streak in human history, cool, we'll catch it, But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, we got to go down. We're just so overextended, because technically we are not overextended. If you look at the daily chart, let's look at the daily real quick. See, look, that level. Let's look at the 1 day. All drawings. Look, the daily is not even overextended yet. Look, the daily was more overextended after this loop pump than it is now, right? We're actually starting to curl. We're at 68. We're not even overextended. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if they want to just keep cooking it and just fly. I prefer, obviously, come back down, test the 5, because that's what's been holding us up, right? Look, came down, breakout, retest, test the 5. Breakout, retest, held the 5. Breakout again, where we come, the 5. Monday morning was a perfect 5. This is the last time we tested the 5. You want to keep going, boom, break down, hopefully come down, test the 5. That would be an ideal, right? That would be an ideal entry, but will we get it? Lord knows, man. But I do want us to finally get a nice pullback, because that way we can actually load up on longs, because it's hard to play heavy when you're getting, I'm still going to play it long, obviously, like we did, but it's just hard to go super heavy when it's just this high up. But like I say, we will play it until the algo breaks. So we got our alerts. That overnight, look, the original overnight high was right here. 698.34. So this is where we'd like to see it crack, get back up under that previous all-time high, that wick right here, right? Boom. And then where's our next support for the 4 hour? Well, because we're at all-time highs, we're going to have to figure that out. But it's around that 697, 695.50. So in this zone, right, is where we would have the best pullback entry. If this doesn't hold, right? Remember, we're playing level to level. We just want to know what could happen next. So that way, if it does, we're not sitting here like, oh, it broke, what next? You got to have a game plan to know what could happen next. So let's draw it out real quick. So, like I said, if this holds, we still got time. We got 5 whole minutes, right? We got the breakout, retest. If this is lost, We break down, we hold under, just how we did here, right? We break down, we hold under, and then we go to the next level, which is this zone in here. All this right here. This is where the last time we bounced from, right? So this zone has not been tested in normal trading hours, 696.75. So if we do go down, watch it down here, and then, like I said, we'll take it level to level. But if this continues to hold, we bottom out here, then what are we going to see? This is just going to be a sweep of the low, and it's going to be a bear trap, right? It's going to be a bear trap. So this is what I'm saying, like, hey, you do not have to chase every move. It's better for this to play out first, and then we'll take it, right? That's how I'm able to see, oh, this is what the market's going to do. I'm not just guessing. No, I'm waiting to see if this, then that. If this happens, then this will happen. If this does not happen, then I will not do this, right? I'm not just saying, oh, I need to go long, I need to go short, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, just, it's fine. Relax. But let me look at the QQQ real quick for y'all. I think I just made a Q's chart not long ago. I have a Q's chart somewhere, but I don't know if it's updated. Look. This is every time. Well, not every time, but a lot of times when they get ready to trap people, they get you with one of these. Double bottom below the level. And then everybody's like, all right, cook. Squeeze it. So we'll see how this plays out. But I honestly would love if it did just come back up, shoot back up, trap bears. We squeeze again, come up to new all-time highs. That would be ideal. But play we see. Let's see if I can find this QQQ chart. Ooh. QQQ. I'm going to create my own ticker. I'm going to trade the K ETF. I'm going to make sure we do some insider trading. Make sure I tell everybody, all right, we finna dump this bit. Everybody go short. Nah, I'm just messing. SEC, if you're listening, it's a joke. Look, oh yeah, look at that SPY. That trend line from that original all-time high right through. This is why I posted yesterday. I said, hey, I think I found the possible topping. So hopefully they give us some sort of retest, right? Let's say that we got 30 minutes. Let's say this hourly closes here. You get the retest. Any lower high, right? Any lower high underneath this, if it starts to reject and we clear this low, it will come down, right? You will catch it. Trust me, you do not have to rush this. So anything in this zone, if it does not reclaim, if it tries, attempts, fails underneath here, you get new low, right? If it does hold, sweeps, then this is just an inverse head and shoulder, right? So how do we know which one it is? You wait. You're patient. You let it play out. Let me see. Oop, stream. Hold on. I'm trying to find that QQQ chart real quick. Hold on. Let me check my phone. Oh, Zest. That's his Discord name. Oh, I'm confused, bro. I'm like, Zest? Who's Zest? MNQ. Alright, let's look at MNQ. Micro futures. Yeah, see, same thing. Right here. It's right here. So anything in this zone, look, see, that's exactly where I rejected it. Anything in this zone, if it does not hold, if it cannot hold, boom, we come down in between here. Alright, and this is where we bounce from. So if we get back below it, remember, you need to break below to continue down, right? You don't want to just get swept by a low, because if they just sweep the low, you might get cooked, right? Even here, see, we still didn't make a new low in this candle. That's why I'm saying, like, you can't just blindly go short. But break down, hold, close under, boom, you know what to do. MNQ, are you playing the rejection on the level, or are you waiting for it to sweep the low to enter? Are you playing the rejection? Why are you waiting for the sweep the low to enter? No. So I would play the rejection of the low in puts, but if I was waiting for the sweep of the low, I'd be looking for calls, right? So let's break it down. Break it down. Right? So if I was looking for shorts, I would wait for the rejection of a level, right? I would wait for it to reject this level to play shorts. If I was waiting for a sweep, I probably would look for something like this. A sweep is just something that's like that, right? That's a sweep. So that's what I would be looking for longs. But I'm still waiting for longs because, look, we got the head, the breakdown. Remember, don't forget the algo, right? Don't forget the algo. Bang, right? Breakout, retest. You see how it all adds up, right? This is what I mean when I say you need to have multiple levels of confluence, right? You gotta make sure you know what you're looking at. All right, yeah, there we go, right? So if it is a trap, we will know. It'll reject down here, it'll continue, and it will slice through, right? It'll slice through, bang, give us a new low. So yeah, if I'm looking for a rejection, I'll play puts. If I'm looking for a sweep, I'm probably looking for calls. Let's see what we get. If they're gonna give us a new low. Oh, SPY over here ain't doing. Oh wait, hold on. I think my futures is behind because I don't have real time data. So this is actually lagging for us. So yeah, this is behind. Yeah. Mine's lagging. Mine's behind. Because I don't pay for the I don't pay for that what's it called, like live market data or something like that. Yeah, see, look, if they sweep it, it might just reclaim. It might just be like a haha, we got you, psych. Look, remember earlier I said you do not go long unless the algo breaks. All right, did the algo break? No. What did I say about the algos? If it's gonna stay inside, just let it stay inside. Even this, you didn't get the breakdown retest, you got the breakdown reclaim, and then it just came right back in, right? And it's still in. It's trying to go lower, but it's still, the algo's still holding, right? It's still kind of strong. So what do? Nothing. You don't do anything until it is broken. It's like a bear flag, right? Or a bull flag. If you see a flag playing out, you're not just gonna jump in just because you see the flag. No, you jump in the flag when you see it do what? Break out, retest, continuation, or break down, retest, continuation, through the lows, through the highs, right? That is the only way you play breakout breakdowns. But this is starting to hopefully look like we get this bottom, because you know what I wanted to do. I want to see us take out new highs. I love bear traps, man. Bear traps are always fun because you get that squeeze, and it's scary as hell. Obviously, getting in, like trying to catch it, the bear trap is always obviously gonna be a little scary. But oh look, see, we're still kind of holding that level. Got to be careful here. But I would prefer, obviously, to see us do something here. Give us something. And the next candle, hopefully, will give us some sort of confirmation, right? Because if they can just continue to chop it in here if they want to. Trick everybody, trap both sides. And this is why they're not trapping us. They're not tricking us, right? We kicking it. We ain't catching a vibe. Ooh. Blue face, baby. Yeah, aight. Let's see what Trump's talking about. Bro, I get so many truth social updates from Trump. It's crazy. Just in, U.S. to target and intercept ships aiding Iran in both territorial and international waters. It's crazy. This man's insane, bro. What's wrong with this man? All right, so yeah, we set an alert lows. All right, we set an alert at the high of this. So now look, and this is another thing too. This is why I love, when we do get dojis, right? With a doji candle, you can find one at the bottom, top, and make it give you a range, right? Now you have a liquidity range, because that means this candle was indecisive as hell. It went up as high as you want it, went as low as you want it, and it didn't decide what it wants to do. So what do? You wait for it to break to either side. And this will be somewhat of like a range breakout. So it gave you a range in that candle. So all you're going to do, wait to see if you break down, retest, and then look what it coincides with. It coincides with the bear flag. So if you break down, retest, and you continue, you already know, right? Bang, come down into our zone. If it fails and it sweeps, right? If it sweeps, it's going to trap, bang, come back up, break out, retest, yada, 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 right? But what did we say yesterday? Don't diddle in the middle. Don't diddle in the middle. Don't fiddle in the middle. Be cool, be patient, be calm, collected. Remember, you want to have buying power for later on down today, right? Because look, even though these moves are here, right? So let's say this one. If you try to chase this short, everybody thought, oh, it's going to sweep, blah, blah, blah. Try to chase these shorts. Even trying to chase the longs at the beginning of the day. It it went up, but in that slow grind up, right? And this is why I said yesterday, you always want to buy time when you see it inside of algo. So if you get stuck inside these algos, you wait for what? The first test. First test is the best test. Boom, we got that first test, and it was a bear trap over that original high day. Caught the move, caught it, breakout, retest, continuation, right? And we caught the whole move from here. So save your buying power, because one, contracts are more expensive in the beginning of the day because volatility is more higher. Two, you don't know what the move is going to do, right? There's not enough runway yet. We don't know what's going on just yet, right? We have clues, but we don't know exactly what's going on yet. So you wait until it exactly tells you. failure, breakout, new high, retest, boom, boom, fake low, sweep, instant hot stove reaction, right? And what do we want? We took out the highs, we waited again, waited some more, and got in. And this is around 1 p.m., right? So most of this right here was just, just tracking and tripping people, tricking and trapping people. So yeah, save your buying power. If you got, some other stuff to do, you want to go make some breakfast, grab a little coffee, get a little tea, right? Market's only been open for 1 hour, and we haven't really done nothing yet. But the clues are there, but we still need confirmation, right? Just because I see, oh, we could, do this. We can do a lot of stuff. We can be a bear flag. We can be a trap, right? This could be a double bottom. This could be a little mini head and shoulder. Well, head, shoulder, right, right. There could be a bunch of little stuff. It could be this, could be this. Could be's don't make us money. Confirmation makes us money. So let us see here real quick. I'll grab me some water in real quick. But yeah, so watch this box, watch that 698.75. We get that close below, sweep that, or no, if we don't sweep below, if we close it in a sweep, for me it would be like if we get a wick, right? That would be what I would consider a sweep, kind of like this is a sweep of the low. So we had the low and then we just swept it and then still close higher. That's what I would consider a sweep. So if we sweep it, be careful about them shorts. But if we close strong below, you got it, right? You got your 666 ZRDTs. You can catch that nice little scalp, and it does look good. Trust me, it does look good. I do personally want it to come down so we can get a better buy entry, because all the this hasn't been tested in normal hours. So hopefully they will give it to us, hopefully. But yeah, I'll be right back. So sit still, turn on some tunes, jam out. I can't turn on the tunes, unfortunately, because I get copyrighted. But YouTube gotta fix that, man. I'm supposed to sit here and trade with no music, no vibes, no nothing. No way. But yeah, I'll be right back. You know what to look for. Don't jump the gun. Do not waste your buying power. If you want to catch one of these bangers, we've caught a banger every single live, every single one of them. So if you want to catch one, be patient, chill, relax. You know your levels. You know what to do. You know when to get in the puts. You know when to get in the calls. I'll be right back. Back. Cam Newton say, I'm back. All right. Excuse me. I had to go get a little refreshments. Still early in the morning. I'm in here watching Temptation Island. All right. I'm checking the comments right here. What's the algo indicator? Yeah. Oh, no. So the algos aren't an indicator, right? So the algos is what I mean. When I say algos, I mean like, you can call it channels. You can call it parallel channel, whatever you want to call it. But it's just this right here. It's the parallel channel tool. When I say algos, I just say algos because I'm saying like all this is controlled by, computers and numbers and algorithms and stuff. It's all just algorithms. That's how we're able to get our edge against algorithms, because we're seeing the algos, right? We're not getting caught up in every single candle. We're seeing the entire algorithm, right? This is the buying algorithm, right? So we're inside a strong buying algo. This is how you able to take and hold your profit, right? Remember what I said? If you're, let's say we were in calls, right? We got into our calls here. We would not get rid of them until the algo broke, which it never did. So that's why we were able to hold and hold and hold and hold, and maximize our profit. So same rules apply. If you have time, you look inside a bigger algorithm. And where are we at right here, right? Boom, bottom, took off to the top, start to top out. This is how we took the puts at the beginning of the day, right? We took the puts at the beginning of the day because we start to top out at the top. Took those, got 118%, boom, smack, right? That's one play down. One play down. If this one plays, we crack. Look, remember we got the middle part, the equilibrium. So this is also going to be your above. It catch the bounce. See, look, and this is what I mean when I say you have multiple layers of confluence. Look how easy this was yesterday. We knew we were inside this larger algorithm, and inside of it, we had a strong buying algorithm, and it broke out, swept the lows, bear trap, retest, break out, took off, right? So you put it all together. You put it all together, and then it comes together like a beautiful, beautiful image. So remember what I said, they can just chop us around in this bear flag. This is why we're not taking anything yet. We're waiting for it. It does look good, right? We did get that barely closed below. We barely closed below, and we're still below the previous day close. So that's good for possible shorts. But remember what I said about that liquidity candle. Bang, right here. Flat, gave us a top, gave us a bottom. So anything inside of this, I'm not touching it. We break down, I will grab those puts, right? I'll grab 696 puts. If we do not, I'm probably just gonna wait until we reclaim. We reclaim this. We start to get that push. I'll probably play some 7-0. Actually, let me see. What we gonna play? If long is what we do. So we got 696 if we go short, and then I'll probably do 702s if we go long. And the 702s are dirt cheap. That's why I'm like, bro, I hope they just come down real quick, sweep this, or if they want to just quick come down here. Either way it goes, come sweep it, give us something so that way we can buy time on the entry. But am I gonna go short right underneath this sweep? See, probably not, right? Unless, like I said, unless we get that higher time frame close, it cannot reclaim. Then yes, hell yeah, I take it. But if I want to, it's scary as hell trying to short. Look, the only reason why we even banked on that first one because this whole 5-minute candle was huge. That's the only reason. Because look, you know me, I trim it 30%, 40%, right? Gains is gains, right? You want to make sure you're taking profit. You never went broke taking profit. But yeah, so we're under. I think. Let me see where we are as far as VWAP. Everybody gotta love that VWAP. Gotta let a V. Okay, so we are below VWAP. We can see. Look. See how it all lines up. We can reclaim VWAP. That's right above. We come back in, scoop it, take off. Below it, you gotta be careful. All right, gotta be very careful. Let's look at some other tickers while we watch paint dry. I hate this. Would those cons be 0 TE? Yes, I'd be on the zeros. What show are you watching? Oh, I'm watching Temptation Island. I think this is one of the funniest shows, bro. It's insane. Like, you're telling me in order to figure out if I want to be with my partner, we got to go be with other people? What? Absolutely not. What the heck? I'm drinking a little Premier protein shake. And I can't have my webcam on because my camera is my webcam. So when I'm filming YouTube videos, you know how you can connect your iPhone to your Mac and use it as the webcam? That's what I be doing. But yeah, really, I'd rather just be watching YouTube, to be honest. It's always more fun. YouTube, you just find stuff, little short 20-minute videos. It's old. We're drinking this protein shake. It got something floating in it. Does this say February? Oh, hell no. I want to know change some shit for February. Oh, I'm not drinking that. Uh-oh. Come on. Give us something. Yeah. Give me some tickers. Drop some tickers in here, man. Let's look at some other stuff. I hate watching paint dry. We already got alerts. It don't matter no way. Bro, if they give us this bounce, look. This is kind of what happened yesterday. If they can do it, that'd be gorgeous. We got that. Remember, we had that huge sell it open. We sniped that, waited, chopped, 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 and then we finally got it like an hour later. So let's see if they give it to us today. Mind you, look, what I say? Overhead supply. What do we do? Breakdown, retest. Did we get continuation? Absolutely not. So are we going to short it? Not yet. We can't. There's no continuation, right? And now, all right, let's see. Hold on, let's see if we can get a little starter. Let's see. 702s are 33. Damn, 33 a con. Damn, it was just 28 a con. All right, let's see. Yes, see. All right. Set this alert. Yeah, we can smack that. Oh yeah, I like that. I like the 702s. I really like the 702s. Set that alert. Watch that sweep. Hold on. So let me 702s. Let me jump in the chat real quick. Hold on. If we close over 700, go 702. If we go 700 and close, I'm grabbing 702C0 DTE. Alright, so yeah, I just dropped this in the Discord. That way, you know, motherfuckers always talking about I never give out plays. They ain't here taking puts again. All right, cool. All right, just dropped it in there. Yeah, so like I said, if we can reclaim this, I'm in there. I'm in there. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm in there. We're in there. 20%. Yeah, that's what I like to see. This is what I mean when I say no drawdown. Fuck drawdown. Oh, my fault. I gotta stop cussing right here. They gonna ban me. Forget. I told you it's not taking. All right, bet. So now look. So we got the first step. First step, we got the break over. All right. We need to see that continuation though. All right. We need to see that continuation. Reclaim this trend line. If we can, boom, we take it out. Where do we go? We take out the highs. And look, algo is controlled. We need the close, so be careful. We're not full porting anything. We're not, you know what I'm saying? Waiting for it. And then if we do get it, this one we buy time. Then at that point we can kind of chill, because that way we'll have a cushion or something, you know. So be careful. Wait for it. Boom, close. Take it. Trim. What I always say: trim into strength. You want to trim into the strength. You don't want to wait for it to come down and be like, oh, damn, I went red. No, you trim into strength. Caught a nice little deb ski. I have to check the comments again. Somebody said something in here. NVIDIA or BA or Pepsi. All right, NVIDIA, BA, and Pepsi. All right, let's do NVIDIA. I think I have a NVIDIA chart, my master chart. NVIDIA. Remember, we still need to reclaim. That 700. Oh, NVIDIA looks good. If NVIDIA can get us a pop too. Oh, see, look. This is what I mean. You see how the NVIDIA swept the low? See how it swept? Swept, closed higher. Didn't even sweep the low, but we swept the low of the candle. Still closed higher, and then it closed, right? So this is what you want to see for this is what you definitely want to see this. NVIDIA needs to reclaim its previous day's close. Remember, previous day's close is always going to be a very strong level. Even with SPY has to reclaim its previous day close. It hasn't done it quite yet, but that's what we need to see for longs, right? For the longs to actually print and go, we need to see that. What was yesterday's close? Let me see real quick. Yesterday's close was, in VWAP. So trim into profit. You said you got 702s. Yes, sir, I did. I did grab those. We up 20%. Well, 15% now. But remember what I always said? We trimmed into the strength. You trimmed into the strength. So as it's pushing, you're taking profit into the strength. Mind you, we're still under VWAP. So I'm trimming into this, right? As it's pushing. See how it's pushing? I'm trimming into this. So that way, worst case scenario, they come up here, sweep. It's fine. We already caught from here to here. Remember, you don't need a full 100% every time. This is what I went over in my YouTube video. 20%, 30%, these are still gains, right? Let's say you take a $100 play. you make $20, and this shit takes 10 minutes. What job you know is paying $20 for 10 minutes of work, right? Most people are making $20 an hour, $30 an hour, you know? So you have to think about it like a job if you really want it to be one. So hell yeah, I'm taking profit. Yeah, I'm trimming, of course, right? We're getting a if this then that. So if this did not go lower than that, of course we broke back below above that previous right here. Then of course, where am I gonna aim? I'm gonna aim for previous day's close, VWAP. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have trim levels, right? I'm gonna have areas where I trim. You have to. But what was the other one? BA and then Pepsi. Whew. BA. What's this? Boeing. Let's see. So BA, it's below the 5. That's the first thing to notice. So you want to see this reclaim, absolutely. If you're gonna plan on holding longs or going long or anything, you need that 5-day. That's your short-term moving average. So if it needs to consolidate on here for a little while, go lower, let it do that. But you need your 5-day SMA to hold. All right, 30%. All right, there we go. 30% on these calls. Wait, let's go back to SPY. 700. 30%. Take your profit. Trim. Never go red, right? Never go green and red. We hate green and red. Perfect. Take that profit. Take that. Hey. Pause. All right, we're 2 for 2 today. I wish I would have caught this one with me, but I was still, excuse me, I was still waking up trying to get my life together. But I wish I would have caught this one. But it's all good. But remember what I said, right? We have our rules. Oh, let me look at Pepsi real quick for Broski. Pep. All right, so yeah, remember we hit previous days close on SPY. So I am trimming. All right? Am I gonna hold a few? Of course. Am I gonna buy time? Of course, right? If we get the breakout, retest, we hold previous day's close on SPY. Am I gonna get more? Absolutely. What did I always say? It's nothing wrong with buying into the winners. Once you know you're right? Once we've trimmed, we got profit. Now, 45%. There we go. 46%. Woohoo! Yeah. Hold on. Tweak it. All right, look, remember what I say? We got the range. We didn't break below, right? So now that we've came up, we gotta make sure you trim heavy, because you need a close still. You need VWAP to sweep you up. Come back up, break out, retest, hold VWAP. VWAP start to trend up. We trend up, take out highs, go higher, yada, 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 so on and so forth, right? We know the rules. We know the game plan. Why? Because we already talked about it. Banger. Called on live. Yeah, ski. All right, so yeah, the zeros, I'm definitely taking more off the table at 40%. Are you crazy? Boom, you take 40%. And this is why I said we buy time as well. So in here, I grabbed the 1DTEs as well. So that way, now if we do continue, I'm not missing out. And with, you know how zeros move. Zeros will go from 40% back to 20%. You know what I'm saying? Quick as hell. So you want to make sure you're taking profit. But when you buy time, you don't really have to worry about that too much. So now with the 1DTs, if they're already up green, you have a little bit more wiggle room, right? Before you can go back to break even or something. And if you do, like I said, worst case scenario, you bought time, right? Versus zeros, you chase zero DTs. If you miss that precise exit, or you bought too late, or you're scared of this and this, your brain's gonna tell you, it's gonna do you bad. Right, so what are we looking for? We're looking for VWAP to start to flatten, scoop us up, bang, right? So we sold the zeros, we're good, right? We're golden, we caught our 40%, banger. Yeah, so now all right, let's set an alert real quick. So we set another alert. So why are we setting this alert? Because what do we want to see for continuation? We want to see all this be a trap. Double bottom, give us a somewhat of a inverse head and shoulder, right? Breakout retest, scooped up by VWAP. And again, same play. What do we want to see? If we break out retest, we want to see it take out the high. Right? Now, if it doesn't, remember, this is still just a liquidity zone. If it doesn't, they can still just roll us. You know what I'm saying? They can definitely still do that. Remember, and how do we know? We want to zoom out. Look at the higher time frame. It took out the wick, but we still need a nice, decent green close, right? We still need that. I need it. Little ass dot. There you go. Yeah, so you need that, right? Don't chase it. If you missed it, like I said, if you missed it, it's cool. There's going to be another play, right? Never chase. Wait for the candle close. We got 5 minutes. If we do get a decent, nice close, you know what we're going to do? You know the vibes. We done went over it all day, right? We went over it all day. Break out, retest, sweep, hold. As long as we hold, take out the highs, all right? As long as we hold, we take out the highs. And what is this called? A bear trap. Right now, like I said, if they want to go lower, anything in here, right, they're going to reject. Anything in here, they're going to reject, probably get a roll lower. If we don't hold this roll lower to give us a right shoulder, if we don't hold this roll lower, they're probably going to roll it right back, right? And this is why I said with zeros, we're taking profit. With 1DTs, 2DTs, you can kind of be a little, you be a little more patient. It's okay. Breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. You know what I'm saying? Take a deep breath. It's cool. 1DTs, you gotta be on that. You gotta be on it like that. But that's why I said you take zeros, but once you take your zeros, you can take ones, twos, whatever floats your boat, whatever's good for your account size, right? Your account size. Your account size is the only one that matters. I can't, I can't trade for you, based on your account size. I only know what I got, right? I only know my risk. So you need to make sure that you're, aware of your risk. All right, let's see. I maybe slow, my chart's messed up, but yes. I'm saying like for heavy size, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, we already got our sweep. All right, see, boom, we took that out. Got it. Yeah, look at that. See, consolidation, could not break lower, started to break above, got back above. What do we say? Our level over here, 699.20. Took it. Bang. Sniped. Look, perfect. Came. VWAP. Got out. We still got 5 minutes for this candle close, so let's see for it. So as long as we close good, remember, over 699.20, we're golden for this to possibly be that sweep. Bang, bang, baby, baby. Why is the VWAP different? What the hell? You see that? Look, VWAP right here is 699.72. VWAP right here is 699.95. Wait, what's y'all VWAP at? Yeah, where's y'all VWAP? Hold on, let me ask the chat real quick. Where's y'all VWAP at? What's y'all VWAP looking like? Them to take out Hario of D. Yeah. Tell me what y'all VWAP looking like. I don't know. Mine's showing 2-3 different prices. Am I tripping? Yeah, mine's showing 2 different. Even on my other computer. Hold on. All right, hold on. So while we wait for that to close, let's go over some other tickers. I know y'all want to trade more than SPY. 699.96 on the 5. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Mine's weird. See, look, on the 1 and the 5, it's right there. And then when I move it to the 30, it drops. I mean, it's only 20 cents, but still. I hate when there's, like, discrepancies. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. I hope this is the bottom. We can catch one more nice upside today and then maybe roll later on. Or if it's not, right? If it's not, we still can't reclaim previous days close, then, hey, we already know the vibes. We know what to do. Damn, Pepsi going crazy. Pepsi has that, I forget who asked for Pepsi, but yeah, Pepsi, you have your 5-day SMA, which is your daily support. So you would need higher time frame confirmation over this daily, right? It looks good, though. What was their earnings? Earnings. Okay. Earnings is always wild because you never know what you might get. It'd be fun, though, playing earnings. So you got a little range on Pepsi. You need to see that close out. Well, you already got the breakout. You just need the close out, right? Breakout, retest. You need that continuation. So if you already in Pepsi, like, or if you took it for earnings or something, hey, make sure you're taking some profit, right? Because if it just sweeps this high, see how it swept the low, boom, went back up. Swept the high, boom, all it came out now. Swept the high, came down. Swept the high, came down. Swept the lows, came up. So if they, you know what I'm saying? You never know what, the market's going sideways and all that weird stuff. So you never know what the market's going to do. So if you took it, remember, take profit. You never go broke taking profit, right? Even if, let's say on SPY, let's say if this whole move, right? Let's say they get rid of it. The whole entire move and the whole candle just, next candle 30 minutes, just red as hell. It don't matter. We already caught our 40%, right? We don't care. right? We don't care. And look, and even if it does, cool. We have a game plan for that too. This is why it's always best to have game plans. You need a game plan. You don't just need to be like, oh well, I'm just trading live because this and this. No, it's the whole point of us doing this. I know you don't really focus on QQQ, but can we apply the same logic when charting it? Absolutely, yes. All of this applies to everything, right? All of it applies. I could have swore I made a QQQ chart yesterday. Am I tripping? Hold on. I think I have more trading views up or some shit. What? Yeah, I'm telling you, I have a Q's chart somewhere. Hold on. We're going to find it. We're going to find it. Give me a second. I got you. I got you, brother. Oh, yeah. Q's looks even better. Oh, my gosh. Q's looks even better. Look, look, look. See? Same rules apply. Breakout. Retest. Sweep. Trap bears. Boom. They should come up. Take out the highs, right? Buy time. Be patient. Or even if it doesn't, right? You already got the nice pop. So in between here and bang, in here. So you clear that, right? You hold. What do you get? Bang, bang, hold, consolidating here. As long as this holds, as long as this holds, as long as this holds, clears pre-market high. Boom. We are in blue sky territory, right? Vice versa. If it does not hold, boom, you get double bottom here and try again, or comes down, break down, retest, we come down to the next level, right? There's only so many things the market can do, right? You can only do so much. All right, so it looks like SPY is starting to break out over high of that wick, and I like, so instead of zeros, because tomorrow is Friday, I do like 705s are only 60 bucks. 705 calls for tomorrow, only 60 bucks. Let's see, 706 is exactly 50 if you don't, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have that. So yeah, let's give it a second. Not yet. Don't jump in just yet. Give me a second. I'll tell you when I'm getting in. I'm trying to find this chart for Broski real quick. Let me see. I got so many charts. When I do my mentorships, I always make like a specific chart for, like, you know, whoever I'm working with. That way they can, you know, I'll share it with them. So I was doing one for my boy Caleb. We're doing a little mentorship. That way I'll share it with them, you know, name it. So that way he can go when he's practicing and be like, oh, this is all the stuff we went over, right? Oh, we went over this. We went over this. See, look, boom. Literally, this is just this is the higher time frame of what we look at when we look at the algos, right? Remember, I don't know if you remember, but in the chat and the Discord, I was like, hey, I still can't be bearish until we break down, retest, continue lower. And we did not do that. We actually broke down, retest, gave us a little inverse head and shoulder. Got back in, target it, took out the highs, right? This is why I was so bullish, telling everybody, hey, bottoms in, bottoms in. Motherfuckers thought I was crazy as hell. What am I looking for? QQQ. Dang, was it him? Somebody got a Q's chart. Is it Manny? No, it's not Manny. Nah, man, I got no Q's chart. It do look good. Ooh, Q's is popping. Oh, look, see? Break down, retest, sweep. If that shit takes out the highs, you're golden. Go ahead and let it fly. I'm gonna find this Q chart for you, my boy. Hold on, just give me a second. I got you. I'm gonna find this Q's. Oh, look at SPY. Yeah, so if you wanted to buy time, or if you're busy, you got a lot of stuff to do, you can try the 605s or 606s for tomorrow. The ones just because. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. My Q's chart. Perfect. Look. Oh my gosh. This one looks even better. Hold on. Should we take a Q's call? Look, see, we do this. The market does this. It just looks the same on, different time frames. Like, that's all it is. It just seems a little bit more scarier because, you're playing a higher time frame. So I understand. I understand why it's like, everything's easier on the 1 minute mentally because you're like, oh, if it's going up on the one, I'm good. Yada, yada, yada. But when you have to sit and wait for 30-minute closes, your brain's going to tell you you're missing. The brain's going to tell you this and this. Don't. We know the rules. We know the rules. We had it here on the smaller time frame. Broke out, retest. It took a little minute. Swept the low. Had to come back and confirm for a little bit. Took out the high. All right? Same thing. Break out. Swept the low. Confirm a little bit. sweep the high, and we're already at high days. And yeah, I do like. Oh damn, the calls are up. Calls are printing. Let's get back to it. Hold on. Let's get back to our baby. See, we do this. We literally do this, man. We do this every day. We do this every single day. Look. See? Bang. And if it didn't hold, we already had a game plan. You have a game plan for both sides. Now we're back in the algos. So now we're back in the algo. Now you need to see it hold, remember? We know what happens if it doesn't hold, right? If this didn't hold, it would have rolled under. If it does hold, we come take out the highs. We literally already had the game plan, right? Boom. Now we got the back test. So now I'm going to be trimming more calls, right? Make sure you trim more calls. Yeah, that's gorgeous, man. That is gorgeous. We literally caught the bottom. We caught the top. We caught the double bottom. Crazy work. So now, look. Oh, let's turn back VWAP back on. Where's our VWAP at? Right? Look. What I say, you want VWAP to scoop us. Now, on any kind of pullback, right, you want to see that VWAP holds, which would be another layer of confirmation, right? You want to see VWAP start to scoop. As long as it is holding, remember, it's going to try. It's going to attempt to go lower, right? It's going to attempt. But on the attempts, you need it to not. You need it to get scooped up and come take out the highs, right? That's going to be your bullseye. If you do start to lose VWAP again, boom, you slice through VWAP. And VWAP starts to do like this instead and curl back down, boom, right? And look, we're back in the range. So if that were to happen, boom, boom, boom. Obviously, we know what we want. We've been calling this out all morning. We know what we want. We're here for the money, right? But yeah, so like I said, I'm in those 1DTs, 705, 706s. They are already printing. Crazy work. Zeros, I already know zeros up something stupid. This is crazy, bro. See, we can literally find profit every day. Profit in the charts every day. I remember I used to watch this dude on YouTube, man. He always used to be like, every day we find profits in the charts. This is old guy. I used to be like, bro, what is he talking about? How? Look, even with us being at all-time high, we already made the levels. We already knew what to do. 1DTs are already up 10%, right? Zeros are already up 30%. Hey. Hold on. I gotta text back my students real quick. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Remember, we're still trimming. We're still trimming as we go into the highs. Remember, because what I say, all this up here, we still have all this upper liquidity and all this stuff up here. But I really gotta pay for. I really gotta hurry up and pay for this trading view, bro. I'm tired of using this free one. But yeah, so if we reclaim highs, right, we sweep, then we'll be looking for a full rotation back up to the upside. And if it holds, trend line, bang. Look, didn't we do this yesterday? Didn't we do this exactly yesterday? Hold on, where's that chart from yesterday? Didn't we do this yesterday? All right. Failure, reclaim, consolidate above, has to hold above, 15, 30 minutes, etc., held above, nice close, bang, we took off for the rest of the day. So, if it happens again today, we reclaim, yada, yada, blase, hold your 1DTEs. Oh my gosh, we sniped the bottom. Yeah. Can you show us? Hold on. 1 second. I'm trying to go through all this. You don't really focus on QQQ. Okay, yeah, so we went over Qs. Q's kind of the same, moving to SPY. It might get a little, the candles might be different, but we're all kind of floating around the same. So look, we drew over here. This was that support underneath. Hot stove reaction, right? We just hot stoved. Think. Look, this is why we didn't chase those puts. Look at that. Never came back. We already had our level. Well, only way we would have took puts is what? Breakdown, retest, continuation. Did we get it? No, we got breakdown, V bottom. And now look at us. Look at that. Make sure y'all are taking profit into the highs. Oh my gosh, come on. Let's go. Oh my god. Can you show us how to start a blank setup on SPY? So I'm gonna do that probably when I get back home, so I can use my bigger screen, have more space, so I can take time to explain it. Like I said, I'm still on vacation and stuff, so I'm limited right now with 2 laptops and a phone. Um, can you show us 0.69 now? 0.69 was. If you're still in those zeros, you're banking. I'm only in the ones now. Like I said, you still got to be careful. But where do you promote your mentorship? I mean, I don't know, just hit my line. I guess I don't know. It's not really promoting it. I guess it's just stuff I do. All right, there we go. 20%. We are now 20% on the 706 calls, and we are now 28% on the 705 calls. Another banger. All right, I'm out of zeros here. I still had a few runners. Forgot I had those. Nice. But yeah, I mean, if that's what if you're interested in something like that, just hit me on Discord or something like that, But they keep messing with my Twitter. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, hit me in the. Oh, there we go. High of day. What do we call? High of day? What did I say we were gonna do? Sweep the highs. What did I say our target was? High of day. Do you know anything about gamma exposure? No, I don't look at gamma exposure. I don't look at Gex. I don't look at flow. I don't look at nothing. I don't look at nothing but these charts. That's all I care about. I don't care about the news. I don't care about nothing. Why? Because it doesn't matter, bro. All that stuff is priced in. Now, the Gex and the all that cool stuff, like the heat maps and stuff, I definitely think it works. I definitely think it's a nice tool. But do I personally use it? No. That's just not how I trade. I know people who do. My boy trade with it, man. He tough as hell. He's super tough. But do I personally? No. I don't. It's not my trading style. But I'm not knocking anybody who does. Everybody has their own. Oh, look, see, cute man. What? Come on, you cannot make this up. We went over this 2-3 times every single live. Breakout, retest, trap, right? Breakout, retest, trap, right? We've literally done this every single day. Breakout, retest, trap. Breakout, retest, trap. Breakout, retest. If that's what we want to do, just keep letting it go. Right? And then look, we have target 1, high of day. Target 2, pre-market high. Target 3, 703. All the way up, right? Remember, look. That's where we are. Start to trim, right? Because we're at the top of the algo. Let's copy this algo and see where it takes us over here. Because the market will use the exact same algos. That's how we're able to just keep copying and pasting, right? Look, you see how that just magically correlates? Exactly. And the video just popped too. All right, so I'm gonna trim these, take these profits. Got to, you got to do that. 30% on the 706s. So I sold 706s for 30. I'm still gonna hold obviously 705s, and I'm looking for obviously we get another entry. So yeah, we're 3 for 3 or 4 for 4, I guess you could say. Big 4 for 4. Yeah, 60% on the 750. That's what I'm talking about. I used to use it on SPX, what you're saying here in PPP. Yes, sir. Like I said, yeah, that's how you trade, for sure. As long as it works, right? As long as you're back testing and as long as you're pairing it with confirmations on the chart, hell yeah. If you want to use, I don't know, anything, if you want to use the price of peanuts, if you can find a way to correlate it to your charts and it works for you, hell yeah, I support it, right? It's your money. This is another thing I always tell people too, like, when it comes to listening to gurus and all the people on Twitter and all the big social media, like, I mean, it's cool, but they're humans just like you, right? They don't know any more than you do. They just probably have a lot more experience. But just because of that, their word is definitely not law. I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of money just because they were trying to aggressively short this whole thing. When why would you do that? Because look, we just sweep, go higher, 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 right? So why would you even try that? And then look, we're super aggressive in this buying channel. Look how high this thing goes. Actually, let's zoom out, turn everything off. Oh wait, hold on. Bang, right here. Right, look at this. So we had the original breakdown, boom, reclaim. We reclaim, swept, reclaim. Mind you, like I said, you put all this together, bro, you're gonna bank. You're gonna make Munyansky. This wick was pre-market. I don't know what that is. But look where it came. Look where the wick came. Even the fake wick respects the channels, right? So why would I short and we're in an aggressive buying channel? No, I'm not doing that, right? And when we do, we always take profit quick as hell, do we not? We do, right? So boom, look at, man, you cannot, bro. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Oh, one of my students texted me. He said, just joined the live. Got more views today. Okay, so just banked half. Yes, sir. My dog. My boy. I'm helping him with his eval and stuff. Trying to get my boy funded. That's what I love to hear, man. Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. Hold on. Oh, my God. I just accidentally market sold all my... Oh, my gosh. All right, hold on. I'm getting back in right here. I'm getting back in. 7:05, 1 DTEs. April 17th, 7:05 calls. I'm getting back in here. I accidentally I accidentally market sold everything. Oh no. It's fine. I'm back in. All right, yeah, so I'm back in. Already up 7. Oh, I'm already up 10%. Yeah, so I'm back in. I'm back in on those 705s, man. I accidentally market sold. Oh my gosh, man. 20%. There we go. Pre-market high, target 2, take your profit, walk away. Take your money and go home. Get off the live. You don't need no more trades. Hold them till you can't no more, right? We just called this entire move. Come on, bro. We just called this whole thing. And then look, what do we want now? Breakout, retest, hold, pre-market high, right? Pre-market high to here. Anything in here, we hold, think, even higher. Oh my gosh. Yeah, trim though. Make sure y'all are trimming. This is crazy, bro. Yeah, I love it here. I hope y'all love it here too. Yeah, hold on. How do I? Is there a way I can share like my I guess Discord username down? Because I wouldn't know how to let y'all kind of reach out to me for mentorships. I don't know how that would work. Aggressive because it's in a bigger time frame. Oh no. So okay, so when I say aggressive, right? When I say we're in an aggressive buying channel. So let me just break this down to you real quick while we let these print. So let's say stock is going like this. That is what we call aggressive. You connect the lows to the highs. This is to be an aggressive buying channel. Now let's say it starts to taper and we start to, we're still going higher, but at a lower pace. Now it's not so aggressive, right? And then let's say we start to, God forbid, we start to taper even more to where we're damn near going sideways, aiming down. Now you have a kind of moderate selling channel, which obviously still isn't completely bearish yet because this could just be a breakout, kind of how it was yesterday, right? So, and then you have obviously your aggressive selling algos when it starts to just dump for real, right? And then it starts to dump. Now you got something a little bit more aggressive. So that's what I mean by your algos. You have aggressive buying, moderate buying, moderate selling and aggressive selling. So these are just all algorithms that the markets are controlled inside of. And this is why I say you don't trade them until they break, right? Unless you're in them. If you're in them, that's how you protect your profit, right? So if you're in calls, you hold until your channel starts to break, right? Once your channel starts to break, and then you see yourself kind of going into that selling algo, cool, now I got to get out, right? Or if your stops here, you sweep low, whatever the case may be. So this is what I mean when I say like your algos they're just channels. So you got your aggressive buying, not necessarily your time frame, it's just how aggressively it's going up. You have your moderate, you know what I'm saying? You got your, all right, it's starting to get a little sell, and then you got your, damn it, we're selling, we're aggressively selling, right? So no stop loss until the algo break. Oh no, I'm not saying don't do a stop loss. That's up to you. Me personally, I don't do price stop losses. When I say I don't believe in stop losses, I'm saying I don't do price stop loss. Like I'm not gonna say if I get in at 0.2, my stop loss is 0.18, right? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna more so say if I get in here, my stop is gonna be, let's see, long position, right? So let's say my stop would have been if we got a close below this, right? I'm not going to say, oh, it's just this level because, we can get wicked easy. That's what happened over here. People who had their stop below low, they got wicked, right? So the stop is more so a level. And this is why I say not get rid, but if you're getting a little too stressed, man, F them wicks, right? F them wicks. Turn them wicks off. If they're messing with your brain, turn them wicks off, man. But yeah, or put a trailing stop. You know, that works. They got those on Webull now, so that's what I like using. But the thing about those too is like they can wiki you out as well. Like the ones I had yesterday, mind you, I had 700 calls for 2 days yesterday here. But when I mean here, once we got the bottom, because I caught the bottom yesterday as well with the time. So I had times, so I was able to hold and hold and hold. And then once my algo broke and my thing, I got stopped, and I was like, all right, well, I'll be okay with that. And I took it, but then it just went higher. So yeah, you still need to close, you know, outside of that algo. So let's actually draw these algos real quick. I'll leave these up so y'all can kind of remember them, so we can keep going over all this stuff. Hold on one second. Let's get our little algos drawn just for y'all. Right? And then look, remember what I said? We're at top of the channel. So we're going to start to taper. So what are we going to do? We're going to start to make sure we're trimming. That's why I said I sold all my zeros, sold my 706s. I'll hold the 705s because they're all runners. Right on. How about trailing stops and profit? Hell yeah. Trailing stops, beautiful. Give yourself some wiggle room. You know what I'm saying? You still want to maximize your gains. And maximizing games comes in higher time frames, right? Higher time frames is where your gains really get maximized, because it allows you to be more patient, right? It allows you to be more patient inside of these channels. Like even this, right? Even this aggressive one. If I had like leaps or something like that, or maybe not even leaps, 2 week out, a couple week out, whatever, maybe a month, couple months out, whatever. As long as my channel didn't break, I'm not selling my long dated calls. So the same rules apply when I'm playing a smaller time frame. If I do have a smaller time frame algo, I'm not gonna sell until my smaller time frame algo breaks, right? So if I'm playing like zeros, ones, you know, I'm definitely going to be watching for that 15 to 30 minute algo. But if I'm playing like, oh, I'm big time and I'm got 2 months on my contract, I'm going to zoom out, right? So let's say, what was the other chart somebody wanted me to look at? Right on, so much. Yes, right. Can you check Google? Okay, Google and Apple. You're in 705 1DTs, right? Yes, sir. So I still have runners on those. Remember, we trim into the profit. We trimmed into the high of day, and then we definitely took a lot of profit off the table at pre-market high, right? Because remember what I said yesterday, or even in every video, you don't want to get greedy, right? You don't want to get, because we don't know what can happen. This could be some hidden trigger, and we sweep it and just get the biggest red candle you've ever seen. You know, you never know what's going to happen. So you always want to trim into the strength. What if we got in here, right? Or even if we got in here, once we cracked that 700 and got that, you know, 5-15 minute close over, if we were to get in there, right? We got the breakout, retest, held. Cool. If I know all I wanted was a high of day, why would I get in and be like, oh, we hit my level, but I'm not going to take profit? You know, this is what you asked for. The market rarely gives you exactly what you asked for. So if this is what you asked for, look, we asked for this. We asked for high of day. We asked for pre-market high. So why not take most of that off the table? You feel me? Yeah, I'd have gotten stopped out with this price-based stop. Yeah, exactly. Because even the zeros, remember? Even when I said with the zeros, I took the zeros because I got 30% from here to here. These are probably already 2, 3. Oh, my God. The 702s went in the money. Oh, man. If anybody has another runner, oh, man. Please tell me somebody in here has a runner. Oh my goodness, man. Hold on, let me check. We got the 702s, right? We got SPY 702 calls at 0.3. SPY 702 calls right now are at $1.14. Oh my God. 300% banger. Oh jeez. Oh jeez, Rick. Oh jeez. All right, but yeah, no, so I'm in those 705. Like I said, I'm up, you know, over 20% on those. And I got the late entry because I bought them down here, but I accidentally market sold at high of day. So I got back in. Bro, you're bold. He said, bro, you're bold. Oh, damn. Hold on one second. Let me take back on my students real quick. One second. Everybody's hitting me right now. A lot of you guys are in here. Hey, shout out to all my students in the live right now. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. I F with y'all, man. I really F with y'all. My con went 130%. This is back to 100. Glad I asked you. Yes, sir. See, I love that, man. I love that. And as long as you're, you know, like I said, as long as you're trimming, as long as you're taking profit, you know what I'm saying? I love that, man. I love that. This is what I'm here for, bro. We all trying to get some money, man. We all trying to, you know, make better of our situations and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm here to help. That's why I do YouTube. But, yeah, I'm trying to show y'all, give y'all my Discord so that way you can hit me up if that's something you wanted to do. $150% on those zeros. Yes, sir. And they say I don't give call outs. I love that. I love that. All right, yeah, 1 second. My fault. I'm giving all my students my Amazon. Make sure everybody's good. Text everybody back. All right, cool. Take profit. Okay, cool. I'm gonna tell y'all basically the same shit I'm telling them. Take profit, right? If we know our levels, right? Remember what I said. We know our levels. Pre-market high was already our target, right? We're definitely not gonna be greedy. What we are gonna do is set a high alert so that way if we sweep again, we can definitely start trimming some more, right? If we do get that close, but we're aiming for some higher levels. We want the money on. Let's give it a little target. High of day, low of day. Make sure that is exact. Hold on. Let's give y'all profit. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Pre-market high is take profit 1. Pre-market, I mean not pre-market high. Take profit 2, 702.45. Take profit 3, 703. Obviously, we don't have to go to all these take profits. This is not, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying these are your targets where if we do, and you do have 1, 2 DT, whatever DT, whatever, blah, 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 this is where you start taking them off, right? It's where you start trimming. So, beep, 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 right? We start getting it. You already know what to do, bro. I'm literally in here giving y'all this shit. Accidentally took all profit with market sell, but got back in. All right, let me text Curdy back. Kresge, the Crow. Somebody said they holding the season. All right, yeah. So my Discord. Okay, yeah. I guess that'd be the easiest way for y'all to like actually reach out to me. Be my Discord. So my Discord username. Can I drop it in here or something? It's just okbet97. That's my username on Discord. If y'all wanted to, hit me up, ask any questions, inquire about mentorship, anything like that. Just general questions, all that kind of stuff. And yeah. So hit me there. I'm trying to figure out a way to drop it in here so I can pin it to my YouTube. Oh, make sure y'all subbing up too. Make sure y'all subscribing and make sure you turn on alerts because I know sometimes, obviously, if I'm moving around or I'm at home or I'm doing this and that, I won't be able to just announce every time like, hey, I'm going live. So you need to, make sure you have the alerts on so that way you can catch. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, some of y'all just send me friend requests. All right, I'm gonna accept them all. So y'all just send me friend requests. How do I drop this in here? I'm still fairly new to all this YouTube stuff. I'm still figuring it all out. All right. Okay, here it is. I'm going to pin it. Discord. Okay, bet 97. Pin. All right, cool. I just pinned it. So, yeah. If you need anything, man. Oh, would you would you wait for break and recess of high to get back in? So with us being at all-time highs, hold on, let's get rid of this real quick. Clear this all out. It's my YouTube chart. YouTube. I got from Baltimore. YouTube. Man, this is so beautiful, man. And like I said, all these lives are recorded. They're all uploaded into the playlist. So yeah. So what I would wait for, excuse me, is yes, not only a break and retest of highs, right? So we have our trend lines from here. Let's go to the higher time frame, 30. Need that 30. Need that 30 when I'm getting in at highs, right? You definitely need that. If you're trying to get in at highs, you're going to need the 30. You better not be chasing no 1 minute, right? The only reason I even zoom on the one on here is just to show y'all, like, to teach y'all about the algos and stuff like that. Like, it's easier for me to show you on a smaller time frame because it's just constantly moving. Because if I'm trying to teach you this on a 30, we got to wait a million candles just to get some actual movement. So the only reason why I even go on the one is just to show you guys the hidden algorithms, right? To show you guys the this, that, yada yada, right? So yeah, I'm definitely not trying to add more exposure onto myself. But if you missed it and you plan on trying to get long again, we're gonna take let's say high of day to 745, right? So this is what I'll say would be your let me see. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. We'll do this. We'll do 745 to 701. Let's say 701 745. Yeah, so we'll give it $1. 745 to 701.45. We'll leave that right as our buy zone. So let's change this green. All right, we don't really need this right now. I'll go ahead and gray that out. All right. So you'll get something like this, right? See how we broke that high and then we got that retest, and it'll probably, consolidate for a little bit. So boom. So this is how you play this, right? Because we are at all-time highs, right? Remember what I said, anything in this zone, be careful of. Where did I draw it at? Yeah, over here. See how I drew it up in here? Anything in here, in this zone, right? This zone, you need this to hold. Mind you, let's bring this over too. Hold on. Let's bring this over. Look, you see that wick? You see how they closed it? This is what I mean why we're always taking profit. We are always taking profit. You never go broke taking profit, right? So look, boom, there you go. You got your trend line. So as long as all of this holds, this is just a retest, right? This is your retest. And what did I say? You get your left shoulder, your right, and they give you a very, very quick right shoulder. So as long as this holds, remember, 15, 30-ish, closing back above here, 701.50, break back above high day and pre-market high. You do the same thing. Continue up, break, retest, and you trim as it goes up. But because this is at all-time highs, obviously you're going to have to be more aggressive with your trimming and taking profit because we don't have any levels just yet. And look, this is another reason why I keep telling people your overnight hours definitely matter, right? Don't listen to anybody telling you that your overnight charts don't matter, because look, how do we find these levels? How do we know where to go long? How do we know where to take target? Overnight levels. How do we know exactly where we're going? Pre-market high, right? If you didn't have none of this, you shooting in the dark. I mean, you had this, of course, but you still need these levels, right? You definitely need your overnight levels. So don't listen to nobody telling you your charts don't matter, bro. If they telling you your charts don't matter, they don't matter, for real. That's all that matters is your charts, bro. You can use other things as confluence, but we've literally shown this 4 or 5 days in a freaking row, right? We've literally shown it. All we use is charts. That's it. We ain't looked at no news. I ain't looked at no newsletter. I ain't looked at nothing. All we doing is looking at charts. That's it. So, yes. So this is where I would be watching for re-entry. We would look for something like this. So as long as we are holding 745 to 701.45. And remember, what do we do in the middle? Nothing. We don't diddle in the middle. We don't care about what happens in the range. If it's going sideways, it's not for us. This is a zone we want to see hold for either calls, or this is a zone we want to see reject back to the downside here for puts. And if this does happen, right, it can bottom over here. So we're still going to have to watch our next level. So, and this is another reason why I said I'm still so hesitant as far as just shorting, because a lot of times we only get one candle. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing that a lot to us. So we're trading like water, right? We're not trying to force the market and be like, oh, well, the market has to do this because it went here. No, it doesn't matter. Clearly, right? Clearly none of that matters. We've gone straight vertical. It doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is, and look, this is what I mean by, this was just a higher time frame. This one took 3 days. Breakout, retest, trick, trap, takeoff. This took 3 days. So this is why I'm still saying you always got to zoom out. You're always taking profit, because you never know. You might be stuck in a big move and not even know it, right? You always want to zoom out, see where you are. And this is how I went long, and we swung those calls over that night. I didn't swing them because I thought there would be a peace, ceasefire, yada, yada, yada. None of that shit. I swung it because, look, we're at the bottom of the channel. We're in the bottom of the algo, right? We're in the bottom of the algo. And these algos are what took us lower. And now these are the algos that are taking us higher. So if we do get some sort of, consolidation, we go up a little higher, and overnight we start to come back down, then this would just be what? A bigger breakout, retest, trick trap Friday, and either actually go lower because we will break the channel, or trick trap squeeze into Friday, right? And then they'll do the same thing over and over and over. So the same thing that happens on the 5, the 1, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing that happens on the bigger time frames. The only reason why we don't suggest playing, the smaller time frames as much is because we want to maximize profit, all right? So obviously, if you want to maximize and hold the longest, we're going to buy time and zoom out. And we're going to play the big breakout retest, right? But of course, if we're playing zeros, we can catch some nice little scalps from here to here. Literally, what did we just do? We just caught a nice little scalp from here to here. And that shit was 30-40%, much less the whole move. That's 150%. Somebody caught that. One of the dudes in the chat actually caught that. I'm actually really proud of him. But Yeah, bro. That's all we doing, man. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it, gang. That's it. That's it, man. Do not let anyone overcomplicate this for you. It's not complicated for real. The only thing that's complicated is your mental. That's what's gonna complicate you. That's what's gonna do you bad. Your brain, yourself is what's gonna do you bad. You're gonna be too. You're gonna get anxious on the day we're going sideways. And you're gonna try to zoom in on the 1 minute and force a trade, and you're gonna just burn yourself. Burn yourself. So what are you gonna do whenever you feel those emotions and you feel like, okay, I'm doing too much? I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna see where we at in the algos. Are we in an aggressive selling? Are we in aggressive buying? Are we in moderate selling? Are we going sideways? What do we do in the middle? Nothing. We don't diddle in the middle. No diddy in the middle. I ain't gonna mess around with being on my channel for 2 days if I keep talking crazy. But yeah, so above here, like I said, no rush, man. No rush for zeros. We caught this whole candle. Right? We've caught every single move today. Downside, upside, right? We scalped the puts, got in and out. Instantly we hit that level. All outsold. Waited. Seen the bear flag. Seen it fake. Bink. Got the breakout. Retest. Bink. And we already have our targets, right? We already have our fibs. See, look. See? I love it. Came back down, little retest, one candle. Now if we take out the highs, like I said, we have our targets. Target 1, high of day. Target 2, 702.05, pre-market high. Target 3, 702.45. Target 3, 703, right? So if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, cool. You're already in profit, right? You already know where to stop out. You know what to do, right? We get a close below here. We get a close below. We cannot reclaim. Sweep back low, right? You got lows right here. You got profit. And then if it's going to be a bigger one, it's going to double bottom here. And then we'll get a huge move. If we get a 30 or 15 or 30 minute double bottom, it's going to be a huge move. Not to say we can't huge move from here. Obviously, we can. This move would be, let's measure it. Bink. Let's just go candle to candle. Let's say go candle to candle. Look, first target is always going to be 50%. Where's your 50%? High of day. You literally cannot make this stuff up. This is what I mean when I say confluence. You put all this stuff together, you're going to be a beast. Mind you, I've only been trading for 3 years, man. This is my 3rd year, bro. But I took the time necessary, right? I took the time necessary to learn these charts. I took the time to just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have any help. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have anyone teaching me, hey, don't do this, don't do this. No one taught me this. I had to figure it out, right? So this is why I do this for y'all. Now I'm sitting here explaining it to y'all so y'all can save years off your trading career. You don't need to lose for 10 years in order to go profitable. I don't know who told you that shit. It's not true. Oh, look, there it is. New highs. We're still printing. We're still banking. We're up 30%. We're up 30% on the second entry. This is after we market sold and got back in on 705s. Trim again. What did I say? Trim again, trim again, trim again. We take out the highs, trim again. And to my boy who was asking about that re-entry, if you did take it, you're that guy. You're that guy. Would you wait for breaking? Okay, yeah. So breaking test. I got you in, but sold my last few. Oh, I got in and sold my last few instead of trying to high day. Oh, that's fine. You don't have volume on your charts. I do on some of them, but it's just I don't know. It's just messy. It gets in the way. Oh, look, see, profit take 2. Take that. Yeah, I mean I have them on some. See, look, see how we drew that out? Trap, trick, bang. But I mean I have them on some. But the only thing about the volume is like, man, the volume be hit or miss, bro. The volume be weird sometimes because even if you look at the daily volume, this daily volume has been falling off a cliff, and we are absolutely squeezing bottom wick, absolutely going crazy. So I mean, of course I love using the volume, but it's more so, you know, it's just not my, not my all in, be all like, oh, volume has to tell, because look, we get a candle like this. This the highest. This candle high volume was more higher than this one. So if you're looking off straight volume, you'd be like, oh, huge volume reversal, right? And then you end up getting a new high day. So, I mean, there's other indicators I'd rather use than volume, And then look, this was yesterday when we were doing the live algos. Aggressive buying. This is what's taking you up. The algos is what's controlling. We fell out of the algo, swept, popped back into support, kept going, right? So Actually, hold on. Which one was this one? Hold on. Let me move these out the way real quick. You got to delete stuff off your chart so they don't start lagging. But like I said, all of this is recorded. All of this is recorded. 200% on SP. Man, that's what I love this. This is why I love to see, man. Oh, my phone about to die. Uh-oh. Hold on, let me plug my phone in real quick. My guy. My boy over here banking. Getting that Munyansky. Oh, you was in SPX? Oh. Oh, yeah, bro. You're green. That boy green. That boy green AF. What was I looking for? I forgot exactly what I was looking for. Damn it. But yeah, no, anyway, look, so you have your main buying channel, you have your aggressive. It's what's taking you up, and then you have your selling, moderate selling. And this is why I said your moderate selling isn't, always just gonna mean it's gonna go all the way down. But this is crazy. Yeah, I actually clipped this and dropped it in the channel. I said, damn, we get the bottom here, we take out, boom, take out, squeeze. And then we literally did exactly that, bro. All this is on the YouTube. You literally can go back. If you missed any of this, or if you're late coming in, you can literally always go back. All my lives will always be uploaded and recorded because I have it set to automatically save in a playlist. So every single time I go live, it's going to save in a playlist, right? Even on, I'll probably do Sundays, I'll probably do like, overall market look when the market's closed, do some yapping, go over other stuff, go over other tickers. That's what we'll do more so on the weekends. But yeah, live trading, like I said, it's just more so live trading. I'm trying to teach you as we go, so that way you can see it in action, right? Because hindsight's 2020. Anyone can go back and be like, oh, see, you play the breakout, retest go up. Anybody can do that, bro. No one cares if you can go back and look. We only care about what you can do live. Can you put your money where your mouth is, and can you really teach people how to trade? That's the only thing people care about, right? They don't care if I go be like, oh, I knew I'd go long because I saw a double bottom and went long. Right? Anybody can say that. You can have zero knowledge and be a fake guru and be like, oh yeah, I just knew to go long because I seen this. Nah, that's cap. We need to see people do it live. I've seen so many like fake gurus be on live and lose damn near every single trade. And you start thinking like, damn, how the hell did you even get in this position? I've never seen cuz win. If you've never seen your guru win live, are they really traders, right? You can't trust nobody nowadays. Half these people be scamming. Half of them be using people as the method. A lot of people don't even realize people paying $4,000 for a course, $10,000 for a course just to still not make no money. Like, that's insane. You should never be paying that much. But I digress. You do you. It's your money. Spend it with whoever you want to spend it with. I'm just saying to watch for signs because a lot of people are scammers, and it's just, I don't think that's cool, man. I don't think that's cool to scam people, if you're not, especially if you're not who you say you are. Of course we all take losses, that's fine, but to be this whole, oh yeah, I just always knew I always win, that's not how it is. Everybody loses. I don't care what nobody's talking about, right? And even win rate doesn't always matter, right? Like let's say you take 99 trades. Let's say I take 99 trades and I win 99. True, I have a 99% win rate, but what happens if that one trade I lose my entire port because I size heavy? Am I a good trader just because I hit 99% win rate? So just because someone has a high win rate, even myself, like just because I have a higher win rate, doesn't mean that I'm just printing the absolute biggest bags every single. It's still in moderation, right? We still size in, we still scale, we still go light some days, we still, what I'm saying, and we still have to account for the losses. Sometimes we might, okay, we'll try some this, right, and it doesn't work, right? So yeah, hope nobody was in those puts. Oh, they're definitely in those puts. Hold on, let me go check the chat. I literally told them 30 minutes ago. I said, y'all better not be in no puts. Better not do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, I think people just want to be in stuff so bad. They just, just be in here and just doing shit. All right. So now look, what do we do? Same thing. We got an algo. We ain't even have to draw it out, right? We ain't even have to do it. Hit a little bang, right? You start to do it so much, you just see it. You just start seeing it, right? So instead of your brain being like, oh, double top reversal. Nah, you need to see things first. For it to be double top reversal, right? We need to lose this. We need to double top, actually go below the neckline. That's how you see a double top, right? You need to see it break neckline, continue lower. That's when you get a double top. Just because price comes and hits twice, that doesn't mean anything, because it can still curve, right? It can just be, it can be soaking up sellers in that and rotating back up. So yeah, be careful. There's so many cats out here. Dang. A bunch of y'all already hit me up in the Discord. What's popping? I'll go through and respond to some of y'all right now while we wait. Good afternoon. Appreciation. My guy. Yeah, and then too, like I said, if you missed, you know what I'm saying, you missed some shit, it's fine, because what I always say, we will always find more profit in the charts, right? There's always going to be profit to be made. As long as we are getting movement, we're good. Whether that movement's up, whether that movement's down, as long as it's not sideways, right? As long as we're not diddling in the middle. So then look, boom, we got another somewhat aggressive. So look, breakout. Is this going to be the trap, right? A little mini inverse head and shoulder. You start to see this stuff, you start to do it. And this is what I always tell my students too, like, repetition is key, right? I don't expect you to get this overnight, but that's the whole point of, you know, having someone help you, having someone walk you through this, right? And that's what, like I said, that's what I'm here for. So I will walk you through it, teaching you, you know, right? You got to have people who are on your team, right? You need to see this play out. You got to break this, right? You have to close, break, right? You have to do this. If it's not, let it stay in the algos. Remember, we don't trade in the algos. We just hold our positions if we are already in them until it breaks. So for this case, if I was in zeros, I'd probably be out most, right? Because even if it comes back up, we can get back in. That's fine. But you don't ever want to be like, oh, let me just hold and hope. Nah, if you're in those zeros, once the algo breaks, take it. Because now they can build liquidity in here, use this as support, and then finally break, retest, go higher, right? So that's how you use your algos to continue to go up. Because these same algos, let's change the color so it's a little easier to see. Right? These same algos is kind of what brought us up in the first place. So remember how I say it's going to be the same ones? Once you see how the day's moving, it's going to be the same algorithms. The same ones are going to control it. So whether we continue to go in like here, continue to hold, blah, 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 finally break, go, or even here, right? We got the fake break. We did have to, you know, build more liquidity, build more consolidation, go higher. So you never want to just be jumping the gun, all right? We already know what to do. And if you're in those zeros, definitely take some profit, right? Definitely take some profit off. Since Google Drive. I'll do that later. How do I even? Oh, I can put it in my YouTube. Oh, y'all are the best. Somebody DM me and was like, yeah, you can just put it in your YouTube. Okay. Hope nobody. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Everybody has their own game plan, you know. I don't know. And like I said too, because everyone has their own game plan, you need to know what you're looking for in your charts, right? Because let's say someone who is a millionaire, right? And they're like, oh, pre-market high, I'm gonna grab puts. If they're only looking for 10%, 15%, 20%, you never know what people are looking for, you know. I personally am looking to maximize gains, so I'm going to take trades based on the best risk reward to maximize gains. Not to say you couldn't take, you know what I'm saying, quick little rejection, you know, a whole dollar for a little 10, 15%, whatever, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not a millionaire. So, you know what I'm saying, me putting $10,000 in one little 0DT, making 10%, making a band, like that's not how I trade, you know, and this is why I say you have to be careful for who you follow. Because people have different account sizes, different this. Like, let's say I have $500,000. I'm grabbing 0DT 701s at the money. Even if I go right here, if I have $500,000, shit, I'm still up some bags, right? So you never know what people are looking for. And this is why I say you got to be careful, because if you're following someone who's rich as hell and they got hella endless money to play with, they might be cool with 10%. They might be like, all right, bet, I'm out. And now you're sitting here like, what the hell, 10%? I only got in $100. I just made $10. And now you're sitting here like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So you definitely got to play according to your size. So, because you never know, right? You never know what other people are playing with. This is why I always tell people, hey, be careful, because that man is a millionaire. So you trying to take his trades all the time, you don't know what he looking for. He might be cool with 5%. You know, he might be cool with 3%. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. You don't know what people's accounts are looking like. This is why I never tell you guys how many cons I'm in. I never tell you guys the size, because it doesn't matter, right? My account don't help, you know, it's not doing nothing for you. If I make 10 bands, does not mean you're gonna make 10 million. You know what I'm saying? You gotta play your account size. So this is why I always give you guys the best entries as far as longer holds, right? This is why I say zoom out, because you want to be able to hold it for multiple candles. Bang, bang, right? We've been in these 1DTs, bang, 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 30, almost 90 minutes, right? Because we were zoomed out, right? So yeah, I don't knock anybody else's, you know, stuff, but it's always going to be a warning sign when you know what I'm saying, you got to be careful. So yeah, and then look, like I said, if this is boom, inverse head and shoulder, we sweep, we break the algo, we go up. All right, let me check chat real quick. Yeah, my boy got 200% on his XP. I love that, man. I love that. Pretty much the money, well, all-time highs, and getting my stop there. Yeah, for sure. I definitely don't blame you, man. I definitely don't blame you. Is that just a parallel channel tool you're drawing with? Yes. Yes. So when I say the algos, I'm just using the channel, right? I'm just using the channel. It's the easiest, most simple way, right? This is probably one of my favorite tools. As you can see on my charts, even my main chart, like that's literally. Oh, hold on. Uh-oh. Are we about to get this next leg? Hold on, let me see how much these 703s cost. I'm being greedy. Being greedy. Let's see. Let me see. 703 is only 50? Ooh, whiskey. Damn, they're already... Golly. I literally just said they're only 50. They already up at 56. This is what I mean, bro. These moves be happening fast. But it's cool. I ain't tripping. We already, you know, we up some money-ski. Money. You ain't having no money, you ain't having no fun, yeah. If you ain't having no fun, you're done, yeah. Gotta have the money, huh? Who y'all got in the playoffs tonight? If y'all watch basketball. Time to touch grass. Big thanks for doing this. Yeah. Oh, he said I got in him. No, outside it. How's the channel tool set up? Mine doesn't work. So you just click, right? You connect the bottoms and then you just pull it to your top. Right? That's all you're doing. Connect from the bottom, put it to the top. Yeah, be careful though. Be careful. Definitely be careful. Because like I said, we're still in this, you know, we're still in the buying channel, but you want to see the stronger algo break first. Right? You want to see like this. Oh wait, hold on. You want to see something aggressive. Right? You want to see the aggressive buying channel. You want to see it reclaim if you're going to continue to, you know, obviously get more long. So that would be a push over retest. Push. But like I said, remember we have our take profit levels. So this is why for me, like I said, I'm not gonna go do nothing too crazy. But that 703 look kind of nice. Look kind of nice. Sorry to be a pain. Can you show the tool in the toolbar, please? Yeah, it's right here. Oh, and the toolbar. Yeah, right here. Parallel channel. You take it, connect the bottoms, bang, drop to the top, just like that. All right. But yeah, no, I hope we squeeze the 703 today. What the hell? Of course, I'm still in calls for, you know, I'm still in the 1DTs. Will I be mad? Yes, because we bought 702 calls at the absolute bottom. Of course, I'll be pissed, but hey, money is money. I tell you what though, I definitely need to get this. This is a trading view, bro. I've been using the free trading view for like 4 months now. Mine doesn't do continuation. It's annoying. Oh no, yeah, just turn it on. Look, so do this. All right, look, pay attention. So Draw your channel, stretch it, go to your settings, and then just turn on extend. Extend your right line. Or if you're looking to code both, you can turn them both on. But yeah, extend your right line. Extend. And then make sure your 50% is turned on. Oh, damn, I didn't even know we had all this. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's too much. Too much, right? You don't need too much. So yeah, just make sure your 50% is turned on. You know, do whatever you want with it. Customize it however you like. Just, yeah, make it to where it's, you know, it's comfortable for you. Make sure, you know, it's looking good for you. See, look. And then where's my boy who asked about the re-entry? Right? You got the, remember, we don't diddle in the middle. This is just going to be support or resistance. If it's going sideways, it has to be either or. And it was not resistance. And it looks like a, like, you know how you hold a ball underwater for too long and then you let it go and that shit shoots back up? That's basically what this is. So, yeah. But, yeah, damn, we already, man. Oh, those 702s, ugh, disgusting. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, if you want to see this reclaim, you want to see this next candle, smack, and then just continue over pre-market high. So yeah, pre-market high holds, we're straight. And then obviously it'll probably, because like I said, remember I said it's they're gonna try to the best way for them to liquidate the bears and to gain more profit is to do the slow grind up, right? The slow grind up kills the hell out of bears because everybody keeps trying to short it as it's going up. So it's just going to keep squeezing and squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. So if that's what happens, like I said, we already got our upper targets. What the hell? Somebody outside going crazy. Fuck! Buoyancy. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're in there. We're in there. Yeah. 0.63. All right, I'm going to take those. I got in at 0.5, 0.63. That's nice. Yeah, I just market sold. I got to start market selling everything. I think what it is with Webull, it automatically has all your cons filled. So if you got 20, it'll already have 20 filled. So when you go to hit sell, market sell, it just sells all. Damn. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, 64. All right, we're up 30%. 30% on that secondary entry. All right, I'm going to take it here at this all-time high. Like I said, I'm still in ones, remember? I'm still in ones, so I don't necessarily need to just be aggressively buying them. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to. There's no need. Not for me anyway. Because we've already set our profit up in a way to where it doesn't matter, right? We've trimmed. Remember, first trim was outside of that box. Once we hit that wick, I took those zeros off the table completely. So, boom, that's 30% profited. The 705s, we took those for another 30%. That's 30% full profit. We took the zeros right here again for another 32% profit. So that's all 30%, 30%, 40%, 30%. And then I still have 1 DTEs that are just constantly gaining. You know, getting that nice little squeeze. Bro, it's taking everything in me to not just absolutely spam. But the only reason I won't is because, like I said, you have to practice what you preach. And I know I always tell y'all, hey, just because it looks good, don't necessarily mean you got to add a risk. Keep your rules the same, right? Remember I said trading should be boring, man. It's going to be boring after a while. You're going to be like, oh, this shit lame, right? You know, this shit boring as hell. This shit ain't even doing nothing. It's just, we making free money on. Come on. Give it to us. 702 fly. Man. Free money. Get money. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put my Discord in my my girlfriend's my moderator. Channel. How do I add? Yeah, all right, I just put my Discord in my YouTube bio. I'll figure out how to add links and all that stuff later. I don't know how to do all that. I'm just trying to figure all that out. Meow. Yeah. So let it squeeze, man. Let it squeeze. Let it squeeze. Let's see where we are on the. Hold on, let me check my other computer real quick. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is gorgeous, man. I love days like this. Damn, my other laptop is just alerts, alerts. Damn, this shit died fast. This thing was just at 50%. It ain't even doing nothing. Damn, old ass laptop. Yeah, so basically what I did, because we're at price discovery, I just set alerts at every dollar. 702, 703, 704, and we'll like I said, we'll see how it plays out. Cause I don't know, I don't know what it's gonna do. Now, obviously, I want it to go up, of course. Who doesn't? My back. Snap your fingers. Do you stare? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Hey. I'm mad I can't listen to music on here. When would you sell? When would selling 1TTEs come into play? So I would say you could start to sell. So the only thing we have right now, like I said, it's a little harder because all we have is fibs. All right, all we have is the. Oh, hold on. Let me trim. Trim it. Remember, second take profit. That's your second take profit. Trim that. Yeah. Ooh-wee. All right, 702.50. Yeah, take some of those off. Take some just cause you just like I said, you never know. You never know. Ba-da-ding. That's me taking profit. I'm not just saying it. I'm dead ass taking profit with y'all. Of course, I'm gonna leave a runner. I have to, just cause. All right, we gotta leave that one runner. I want to grab. Actually, hold on. Where's 703.5? I have another level too, as far as where we might possibly top out at. Yeah, see, right up in here, because now we're at the. We're at the top of this algo, and it's like I said, we can obviously pop back into this one. Let's make it a little more prominent. And then this would be our aggressive being picked back up. But like I said, of course, you got the breakdown. You might get another little pullback entry here. So I'm not chasing this. Like I said, I do have the ones. But I don't know, man. I guess that's up to you, honestly. Like I don't, like I said, I don't know your risk specifically. But as far as levels, when I would sell is if we came back in here and lost it. If we lost this, yeah, nah, it's wraps. It's donezo. All right, it's donezo. But I like this. All this in here. Remember, I like all this. We need it to be support. So if we can hold, we'll continue back up. If not, shit, we won't. It's what it is. We took it from high day to low day. And we took it from low day to high day. You know what I'm saying? We already up. Up some money. Just got back into live. Can't trim zero. Can't trim zero? What you mean? Why you can't trim your zeros? What's wrong with your zeros? My boy said, "Love you, bro." Love you too, my guy. I love y'all. Oh, I never entered a trade. Oh, I can't trim zero. Okay, zero position. Okay, I understand. But yeah, at this point, man, I'm just gonna let it. Yeah, like I said, man, you can't fight this, man. You can't. If this thing wants to, like I said, we got the dip buy. If it wants to keep going, you can't argue with that, right? We already have our targets. We already took profit at the 50% move. We already took profit at the first fib. We took profit at the second fib. So awesome. Thank you. Yep. So yeah, any more positions on here y'all want me to look at real quick? It's already 9 o'clock. Or I guess 11 on the other side back in Houston. Yeah, I really want to just, yeah. But my thing is like I want one more test, man. My thing is like they just haven't been giving it, so it's still hard to go like extremely heavy. You feel me? Because they haven't been giving us those super. I mean, the only one that we got was the one yesterday, right? This right here was the absolute best where I went heavy. Hold on, wait. Oops. Oopsies. This is so weird. I have a Mac and I have like an HP laptop, so it's so weird switching back and forth. But yeah, this is the only time I actually got a chance to go heavy, because I started my position, right? And then once we got the breakout retest and held, this is where I went heavy, and it actually paid off really good, right? So this paid off really nicely, especially because we already had that 700 target in mind. Once we broke all-time high, we already had that 700. So this was the only time I really got to do that. You know, so this is what I'm hoping is going on right now, right? So I'm hoping right now is going on with price action. I hope we get this super, you know, chill for a little bit, trick the bears on the higher time frame, 15, 30 minutes or so, and then we get another one. And then at that point, that's where I will go heavy as hell, right? But I do hope that we get at least one more test, right? At least, and it has to hold. If it holds, like I said, we already know what to do. We got the game plan. We know what's going on, right? We do this shit. We'll put this at 703, right? So either or is gonna happen. Either we're gonna, chill here for a little bit and probably consolidate. Hopefully we do, and then start to push, get some more volume after lunch and stuff like that. Or they're just gonna keep squeezing it, and I don't like that because I want more entries, right? I'm only in my 705 runners for tomorrow, right? And there's definitely gonna be more profit to be made. So what we're gonna do is just chill, wait, yeah. And we'll see what it gets. But hopefully this plays out just like yesterday. If it does, bro, it's gonna be the easiest day ever. It's gonna be the easiest day ever. Sweep, break high, boom. Sweep, break high. Because this retest, technically, mind you, this retest only really happened on the smaller time frame. That's why I said this is a scalp. That's why I took the zero profit already. But we still need, remember, for the best plays, we need high time frame confirmation. So we need like maybe a little candle here, a little slow, nothing crazy, right? You don't want it to be too aggressive, right? Because then you'll have to wait longer. But if we get like a little red, a little bullshit, a little nothing too crazy, get back above, take some time, right? Take some time, and then maybe like around lunchtime or something, then we kind of get some more volume to give us the next leg. That would be my best next play. But for now, I'm not anything else. You can have your stop set for whatever, whatever you want. But don't go too crazy on it, because you don't have to, right? We've already caught multiple bags today, so you don't ever want to give that away, right? And even if you didn't make as much as you want to, you definitely don't want to try to go in heavier just to make more money, right? So if you've already greened, this is when you start to size down. So for me, I've already caught 4 plays. I caught this one, 118%. I caught this one right here for 30. And then I caught this one for 30 on the 1DTs, sold all the ones, and I'm still holding 705s, and I got back in because I accidentally market sold. So I've taken like 4 or 5 trades, right? And we've smacked on all of them. So I'm definitely not going to be like, oh, now I'm going to go heavy. No, let's say you made $500 today. If you made $500, you should not even be taking in a position over 250, right? Because you need to make sure you preserve that capital. So if you're up, let's say you're up $100, only probably trade with half that profit, maybe even a quarter of it, right? Wait, let contracts go cheaper. Just do something. Don't just be like, oh, I'm up a band, let me go put a band in another trade. Because what happens if you absolutely lose that one, right? And that's the worst. Going green or red, or even going big green to little green, like that shit hurts, and that's what messes you up mentally. And then the next day you try to revenge, next day you try to, you try to do all the extra shit, and it messes you up. So if you're already up decent, don't use more than what you've made today. Now, I can't tell you how much to use. That's up to you. I don't know, what your risk looking like or what you're looking like. But, yeah, don't do that. So when I do get back in, I'm going to go probably half size. So if like I said, if I go back in, if they give me this continuation and we start to roll later into the day, hold, I'm going to go, decent size, but I'm not going to go heavy at all, because there's no point, right? Because what if that's where, Trump or they use a catalyst or some sort of something to just smack it. Now I'm like, dang, I was up 500 and I just put 500 into play. Now I'm only up 100. You know what I'm saying? Nah, heck no, never doing that. So up 500, probably use 200. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we catch a little 50%, look 100%, you can double that. But look 30. You know what I'm saying? Not too crazy. All right, let me check the chat real quick.
QQQ. All right, yeah. So Qs is basically the same thing. Wait, which one was the Q chart? Was it this one? Ooh, I think the cat just took a shit. Wait, is YouTube gonna ban me for cousin? I hope not. Yeah, Qs, same thing, man. Same. So Qs, same rules. Pre-market high, 693.75. Dang, Qs at 690. Oh my gosh. All right, and then you use this, and you use pretty much this right. This here. So this is your new zone. On Qs, you have 641 to 639.65. So roughly in here. So you want to see this hold for a little while, and then once you break back above, wait for it to retest and hold, and then you squeeze. You just squeeze. I don't have any more targets. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it's going, because I mean, I don't know. This is probably the best thing we have is the fibs, but even then, like, even then, it don't really mean nothing. Because yesterday we hit all fibs and it went even higher. So I don't know, man. But yeah, if you, like I said, keep moving up your stops. You set a trail stop. So that way, what a trail stop is, if I don't think it's on Robinhood yet, but it's definitely on Webull. So let's say I'm up 20%, right? Say I'm up 20%. If I set a 10% trail loss, every time we dip 10%, it'll sell, right? So, but it moves with you. So the stop moves up with you. So if the price, your percent moves up, it moves up. If you go up 30%, your stop will be at 20. If you go up 40%, your stop will be at 30. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. So you set it. So for me, I kind of set it around 20 to 25% because, we can't have a wild move. Like yesterday, I was up, I think 60 something percent, and I had it set to 20 something. So I ended up getting stopped out at like 38% or 30. I forget what it was, but so I had a 20% little buffer. So, but you can set it at whatever you want. You can set it at 5% if you want to, but you got to be careful because as soon as it dips 5%, you're gonna sell. So the wider the stop obviously lets you have more room to the upside, but obviously comes with more risk. So with more risk comes more reward, and vice versa. QQQ, yeah. So that's QQQ. What was the other one? QQQ, IWM. Okay, I don't think I have IWM chart. I used to, but it's been forever. I haven't traded IWM. Oh yeah, IWM, same thing. All right, IWM, you have. Woo. You got this whole candle up here. Sheesh. Yeah. 270.50 is probably that midpoint you want to be careful at. Oh, yeah, this looks decent. This looks decent for real. All right. Let me see. So what do you have here? Same thing. Dip. All right. You got a little dip. So you want to make sure you're watching. Make sure you want to watch this level right here. 269.40-ish. 269.25 to 269.50. So right up in this zone. As long as that holds, you're good. Make sure you're trimming at each level, right? 5 day. Make sure you're trimming at that 50%, 270.50, right? You don't really have much to go with because is this all-time high for IWM? Oh, yeah, you do. Actually, yeah, you do. Let's see. Give you some levels real quick. Oh, yeah, perfect. Look, right smack in the middle. Yeah. Something roughly like in here, all right? Something not too crazy. You don't need to go too crazy. Not too crazy. Yeah, there you go. Boom. There you go. You play level to level. All right, level to level. Oh my gosh, bro. The cat just took a dump. Smells terrible. Yeah, there you go. Golly. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, anything over here, if you got in here, you're good. You're good to hold your calls unless, like I said, this breaks down, retest, then you get out, all right? Or like I said, you set your stops wherever you want to. Yeah, the little inverse edge shorter, you seen that, right? Yeah. See? And then eventually you start to see it. You start to see it a lot. Boom, you got your neckline. Bang, 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 bang. So how do you find measure it moves? Measure a move is always going to be your neckline to here. Put that right there. First target will be your breakout. To confirm, you need to actually break out. Remember, you need confirmation still. Don't enter yet. Like if you got in here, you're straight. You can hold. But if you're not getting in or you haven't gotten in yet, wait for it to hold. You don't want to hit all-time high and sell back off, right? You want to continue. Once we continue, boom, you already got your target right here, right? So if not, if this head, remember, if an inverse head and shoulder fails, it's gonna fall back down, right? And you'll see it. You'll clearly see it. But make sure you zoom out. Make sure you watch your higher time frames. You'll be straight. So if you win those, yeah, you'll be straight. You'll be straight, especially if you got time to. Google GOOGL. GOOGL. GOO. Ooh, whiskey. Don't tell me Google's a lagger. Don't tell me Google's the lagger. Where Google at? What Google talking about? Google ain't talking about nah. Google ain't talking about nah. Let's see. Google is kind of teasing. That's funny. All right, yeah, we'll put this right about here. Put this right here, and let's confirm. How do we confirm? Zoom in, turn those extended hours on. And prove to himself. It'd be so funny, these little drama shows. It'd be so entertaining. Mark, be so stressful. I gotta watch Brain Rot. Yeah, I like this. I like Google. I ain't gonna lie. I might actually. Hold on. What do you win on these? Are you in Google? 340 calls, but it's getting rejected at 337. Oh yeah, nah, you straight. Hold on. I got a call in here. Wait, how do you do? How do you do vertical rectangles? Vertical rectangle. Oh, box right here. It's your rectangle. Yeah, you just draw it. And you got to make sure you turn off. So this is how they screw you on when you're. Sometimes it'll have your extended on, and it'll kind of mess up your box. So turn that off. Turn that off. So when I'm doing measured moves, I turn that off. That way I can just copy, clone, bang. All right. Hold on. Actually, let me check Google with you. Hold on. Let me get a little piece of the pie, twin. What is this? GOOGL. Google. What you got? 1 DTEs, 340. 340. 340. What? You what? 342. Might take that. Wait, actually, 4 DTEs, 3. What's this? 4 DTEs, 345s are only 130. How those looking? Let me see. These volumes kind of. Oh, I forgot they changed it to where you can do like midweek. I'm like, why are these contracts so low? That's what it is. So next Friday would be the 24th. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What's high? Okay. Let me see. Wait. Make it cleaner. Right. Cool. Yeah. If I can get an entry, I will. If I can get an entry, I will. I'll set an alert about right here, pre-market high. If I can get that entry, I'll get in those. I'll get in those for sure. I want to wait for it though. I want to make sure it's confirmed over this kind of. Remember what I say? These little zones, that pre-market zone. You want to see that kind of be your, you know what I'm saying, your confirmation. So right where pre-market high is, you draw that. You give yourself a little zone, right? So higher time frame. You got the 5. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully we get a little pullback into this. Oh shit! Hold on, SPY. SPY's pushing again. Oh, we're up 47% in those 705s. All right, we're up 47%, and we are taking more off. Drop that in the Discord. Yeah. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, we are 6 for 6 today. we were pushing. Hold on. I had to go talk some shit real quick. I had to go talk shit to Cat. Yeah, my guy. Yeah. Yeah. What Gucci Man say? Yeah. 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 51%. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, we chilling, man. We chilling. I did grab those 704s. I'm up 10% on those as well. But that's just my, if the market does what it does, what it did yesterday and shit. So I had to grab some 744s just cause, you feel what I'm saying? You feel me? You smell me? Yeah, I low-key want this. I want these bad. I'm just, man, what if they don't give it to me, though? If they don't give it, hey, that is what it is. But, yeah, I need this. I need that on Google. I need that. I need that. I need it. Yeah, at this point, we just got to set an alert every, 50, every dollar, every 50 cent move. I don't know how hard this shit finna squeeze. More bangers, OT dubs. Banger. Banger, banger. Trimming. You gotta take some more profit. Yeah, I love this. All right, look, see? We're starting to get we up here. We up there. All right, we starting to get up there. We haven't really broken out and continued. Look, this is one time. This is pre-market, right? We've kind of started to respect the top. So all I'm saying is make sure you're trimming. Make sure you're trimming. Make sure you're taking that profit. Look. And we hit the fibs. Be careful. What the hell? So, yeah. No more calls until we... Pink. Trim some more, and then I'm gonna watch. Whenever I get my dip, I'm gonna go back into the same contracts. I'm gonna go back into the exact same ones. Set alert here. If we get it, I'm gonna just grab more of the same ones. If we don't, like I said, you just gotta let that shit fly. if they gonna do us bad like that, man, they just gonna keep squeezing. But I do still, like I said, I do still prefer that that just, you know what I'm saying, just come back, give me a little retest, man. Gotta test my zone at least. That way, if we get it on the higher time frame, then we truly feel like, all right, now this is a real retest. Because remember what I always say, 5 minute, 1 minute, that's not confirmation. You still need higher time frames. Of course you can trade it, you can scalp it, whatever, but that's not confirmed. It's not confirmed. So yeah, I trimmed some more at 130. The 705s I trimmed them at 130. They're at 115. And this is what I mean by wash, rinse, repeat, right? You can always get, as long as you have buying power, you can always get back in. So because I have, still have some more buying power, I'm cool. I'm not, I don't feel the pressure to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get back in. Nah, it's cool. We already banked. We're chilling. So if it does, we just get the same exact contracts and we'll get them for cheaper. So, you know what I'm saying? So let's say you bought a contract here for $1. It goes up here, it's at 150. You sell, once it starts to go, you sell 130. It comes back down for another $1. Or let's say it goes even lower, sweeps, comes in for 90. You get back in, take it back to all-time highs. You just wash, rinse, repeat. Instead of having to just hold all day, you can always get back in. Obviously, you can still hold runners. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like, if the market is, we've already broke out and we're going to get a retest, right? This candle's coming, right? We know this candle's coming. We got the breakout. We got a retest. We knew it was coming. So now that we know it's coming, shit, get back out. Look, and now those same contracts I got out at 130, they're now at 111. See? Look at that. Now they're at 108. 107. See? Look at that. We know this is coming. And this is why I said we still need that higher time frame retest. Even though we got it on the 5 and the 1, we need it on the higher time frame. That's our true confirmation. Then we get that, right? It holds in here. right? It has to hold in here. Maybe dip a toe in here. Maybe. I wouldn't be too mad at that. Obviously, the lower the better. Better entries. But if it dips in here, holds next 15, 30 minutes or so, break back out, right? Remember, all you need to watch, because we're all-time high, we don't have absolutely the best levels. But right now, your pre-market high, 60. What is this? Let's get exact. Let's get granular. Let's get granular. Right there. 701.99. It's not German as hell. I said that shit. 99. Yeah. So all you gotta do, boom, we'll put an alert right here. Those contracts are back down to 7. I mean, they're back to 105. Psh, I'd be crazy as hell not to get back in on a nice little dip, right? If they give it to me, I'm back in. If they're like, oh, hey, here you go. Here's a nice little dip for you. What? Of course I'm taking that shit. I hope we go a little lower. That'd be ideal, but you know. Yeah, but see, look, remember what I said about the algos, right? We're still in this controlled algo. We do have this one, but now it's starting to, it's on that bottom. Obviously, it can green candle right back up, but you want to be careful, because if we do get that pullback, it'll be perfect. Come right back in here, test this trend line, and then we either can come back down here and pop, we can pop right here, or if this is the sweep, right? If this pre-market high is it, then it'll pop from here. I don't want us to pop from here because that's not low enough for me. I want a decent pullback. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it come back a little bit more. That way we can get the same thing as yesterday. Remember? Look. This is okay. I'm gonna say this here so that way I can come back and screen record this if it happens. So if this happens, right? Literally what happened yesterday. You got the breakout, retest, sweep, come back in, test our breakout zone. Bang, squeeze back to the highs. So this is what I'm going to be looking for. I'm not taking any more trades right now, right? No more trades. We're already, mind you, we're all-time highs. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to risk it. I still have a single runner for, that one, that 705. Like I said, just in case I miss it or whatever case may be. And because, with my, risk management side, shit like that, I'm still okay. Right? I'm still okay if this one contract magically goes to zero or some shit. So I'm still going to hold that one. But when I want to full size and get back in on an actual position, I'm going to wait till we come down to this, in this, right? I need this right here. I need this. If we get that, then I'll be like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. ASAP? Yes, sir. Rocky? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. My phone blowing up. Good. Like, yes, sir, I'm up. What is that for? Yeah, I got my first set that I got in on the 705s. I got them in at like $85 a con. Then I started trimming at $1. I started trimming at 115. I trimmed at 120. Trimmed at 130. 133 was my highest trim. And then I got most of those off at 131, 126, and 126, 122. Yeah. So now it's back at 115. So if we get back down here, hopefully they dip back to the low ones, maybe even the 90s. Man, what? Come back in here. Mind you, all this is buyers. So are you gonna want to aggressively shorten this? Probably not. All right, probably not. So let's give it some fibs. Normal fibs. Let's get rid of all this. All right, see how our levels add up or they coincide? You got your 50% here. You got your 382 here. 25%. So, man, if they only give us a 25% pullback and keep going, bro, I don't know what to tell you at this point, bro. I don't know what to tell y'all. This thing is just going berserk. I hope they give us a better entry here. They better not just give us one candle, man. It's irritating. It's only irritating when you want, when you need better entries. Because sometimes you only get this, right? One candle, instant new high day. One candle, instant new high day. But now that we've broken out, I still need that breakout retest. So, like I said, even if it goes, like I said, I do have one runner. Screw it, let it go. But what the hell? Oh hell, cat just threw up. Baby. You okay? You straight, gang? I know you just didn't throw up in my bag, twin. Come on, fo. What you looking at me for? Cuz gonna throw up in my bag. The hell, cuz? Come on, cuz, you tripping. Cuz tripping. Alright, so yeah, I'll leave this on. I'll leave it on for now. I was gonna say I'm gonna go, but whoa, pause. Bro said. Bang, 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 bang. Trying to see if my boy's still alive. Okay, nah, he nah. Something smells good. Somebody cooking. It smells amazing. There we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Give us a little pullback. There we go. Now, we're not chasing this. Remember, I'm not chasing this. I will only allow it to go lower, and I won't go any more calls. Like I said, if we get an inverse head, or we get a head and shoulders, right? If we don't break, if we come back in, we don't break, we go lower, come back down to the bottom, right? And even then, you still got to be careful in here, because it's just been so crazy bullish, man. Like, so hard. So yeah, no, nothing yet. Like I said, no entry yet. Nothing yet. We're watching the steps. Remember, if this, then that. Right? You gotta be careful. If this, then that. Right? Don't just because you get a big red candle, you still gotta be patient. Calm. But we do want it to go a little lower though. We get a little lower, that'd be an ideal entry. Yeah. See, look, now those 705s are back to 1. So we took them from 80 to 130. Now they're back at 1. So if we do get back in, we just buy the same contract. Shit, it's good. Whoa, cat over here jumping around. That's probably why you threw up. About that. I'm gonna check the comments real quick. I've been neglecting. Sorry. Up 4:30 on the day. Yeah, Sirski. Boy said, I'm gonna name my kid after you. That's funny. I'm done now. Appreciate you, gang. Yes, sir. It took 2 trades. See, that's all you need, man. That's all you need. Oh, look. Okay, cool. We're getting it. All right, so look, this right here is what I mean. If this starts to hold, right? Let's zoom in, get granular. Right? Let's see it. Remember, it's only one of 2 ways it can go. Oop, hold on. My fault. I'm trying to copy this so I can put it in the chat real quick. If you play the bounce off of 701.99 15 minutes, what would the entry be? Or would you only wait for a bigger pullback? So this, there it is. See? There you go. Oh, look, see? Like I said, don't jump the gun. Wait for it. Yeah, we got out at the top, baby. All right, cool. That shit went right to it. Get into it. Yeah, so now look. Now you're back at the trend line. So now is where we start to have some fun. Now if this holds, we'll play it, right? We know what to do. We're not trying to panic, right? We're not panicking. Why? Because we already took profit. That is gorgeous, man. Oh, man, that's so beautiful. Oh, Google dipped below. Hold on, let me check Googs. Ooh, Googs dipped below. All right, so now setting alert back above. We get it. I'm in. All right. Google reclaims this. I'm in. I'm in on the sweep. See, this is what I mean by waiting, being patient. Because if I had got in here, right? Remember, I was like, should I get in? Then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that, right? If I had got in here, instant red. But now, if we recover this and start to hold, that's free money. Because now we know for sure that this is going to hold. And if not, we just don't touch it, right? This is what I mean by being patient. Just being patient. Oh, we came right back down to the 618 and close over the 50%. Look at that. Look, remember I said, I don't know about, you gotta be careful, you gotta be mindful where we at. Look at where we at. Look at where we at. You see that? Look at where we at. Zoom out. Look at where we at. Top of the channel. Top of the channel. Top of the channel. Top of the channel. We literally just went over this. This is why we got out. That's why we said, hold on. We'd rather wait for a pullback. You feel what I'm saying? We'd rather wait for a pullback. All right. Sweep low. Sweep low. Back over high of day, right? This is a retest of high of day. This is where we look at going long, right? Not yet, obviously. Don't jump the gun yet. Do not jump that gun. Do not do it. But this is where we start looking. This is where you start anticipating it, right? Damn, look, hot stove reaction. Let's see what these calls looking like. $90. Man, for sure. What? Bang. Oh my gosh, bro. What? Hey, get on. Cat over here going crazy. All right, so what do we want to see? What do we want to see? We want to see a sweep low, reclaim, take out the high. If we take out this high, bro, I'm literally him, bro. I swear. Next time I swear on my grandmother grave. Yeah, what is that? 702? Damn, why are the 702 calls so expensive? It just dropped and they're still expensive as hell. What the hell is that about? 703 to 39. Where did they go? Sliming you for them key choices you made. Yeah, so remember, be careful though. Be careful. Oh, it says just in. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says President Trump requested a ceasefire with Lebanon and he complied. Uh-oh. No way they wicked it just to catch everybody slipping. Mop the floor, hide the wet sign just to catch them slipping. Whatever Blueface said. Yeah, so now, look, if we get the sweep, we hold. Remember, zoom out. Oh my God. If this plays out and we squeeze back over, remember, we need this to hold. Not yet. Don't jump the gun yet, right? We need this to hold. We need it to push. We need to hold. Get back above that 702, right? Pre-market high. Then we look to squeeze back to all-time highs. So be patient. Set an alert. We set an alert. We get it. We buy time, right? We're already up on the day. We're not trying to, Rome wasn't built in a day. We're not trying to bank because it can go lower. Remember, it can always go lower. So yeah, set an alert, 702. If we do start to squeeze, like I said, you already know the vibes, you know the rules. Play the game plan. You can start maybe small sizing, right? So instead of going full position, so instead of me just going boom, I'm back in 10 1DT calls. I'm gonna buy one, I'm gonna buy two. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy, a few just to see first. Then when you get confirmation, remember what I said yesterday? It's okay to add into winners, right? Let's say you bought here and it's up 60%. Man, screw them percentages. We don't care about that as long as you're making money, right? Get back in. Add to your winners. Oh my goodness. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. My fault. I'm over here responding to everybody real quick. Yeah. All right. Cool. My fault. I had to respond. Had to say, you know what I'm saying. I had to go. You had to go tell him I'm him. You feel what I'm saying? I had to go tell him I'm him. I had to go talk to him. I'm already up 20%. I'm already up 20%, and I'm trimming. All right, I'm trimming into the strength, because like I said, it still can go lower. Anything can happen. We can get a little head and shoulder. Right? Do we want that? Fuck no. We don't want. Or my fault. Freak no. We don't want that. But heck no. I'm trimming. I'm taking that profit. Right? Taking that. Oh, look at Google. If Google can reclaim, I'm in those. I'm in those. Remember, you always want to get in on a failure to the downside. And if you're going calls, you want to get in failure to the downside. If you're going puts, you want to get in failure to the upside, right? It's vice versa. You're not chasing the red candle, you're buying the red candle at support, right? You're not chasing the green candle into resistance, you're shorting the green candle into resistance. It's literally the complete opposite of what your brain's telling you naturally to do, right? So we got 3 minutes left. Like I said, we're not rushing it, we're not chasing it. We got time. We're cool. We already smacked the little 20 ball. We're chilling, right? We do not care. We are fine. Yeah, look, see how it came perfectly. So if this is a sweep, if they go lower, like I said, hey, screw it. We got the bink, head and shoulders. We go lower. If not, we go back up. See, look, this is your head and shoulder one. And look, this is why we trim. That's why we trim into strength. If we do get it, boom, you get head and shoulder. Don't just short it just yet. Like I said, you still got levels, right? You still got the high day. You still got to be careful about that. But with the ceasefire stuff, they might use that as the catalyst to sell the news. So we're gonna see. We gonna see. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, that was gorgeous, man. That was so gorgeous. Ooh, whiskey. Yeah, so give it time. Be patient. Be patient. Like I said, set an alert. What do we want? 702 is key. 702 is key. And then 700 flat. 700 flat is key for down. Don't diddle in the middle. That's so funny to me. Don't diddle in the middle. Okay, appreciate the game. We played the bounce on. Blah blah blah. Google to go chart. Do you have starters already? Yeah, I already took them. Yeah, for sure. I already took them. Nice little 20 ball. Drop it in the chat. Little 20 ball. Little 20%er. Yeah, so this is where you want to watch higher time frame, right? So now once you start getting weird, wick, you know what I'm saying, crazy candles, this is where you zoom out. Because if you're watching, or not watching, if you're trading, only reason, like I said, the only reason I'm even zoomed into this one is to show you guys what I'm talking about, right? That's the only reason why I'm zooming into this. I'm not using confirmation on the one. I'm not using none of that, right? We got in here on that crazy candle, eat back up, got out here 20%, right? So what do we need to actually get a full position? We already said it. 702. But this would be ideal. Remember when I said if we can get an ideal breakout on the higher time frame that holds, then we'll be straight. Feel me? So let's move all this stuff out the way. I'll actually just leave it there. We'll use the other one. Yeah. Where's my? I don't know what I do with my other chart. I need to organize this better. I keep losing. I keep missing. I don't know what's going on. I need to get the free I need to get rid of the free trial. All right, guys, clean this up a little bit. So you can prep for the next move. Right. Remember, rules are the same. Boy, if they take that out, I swear, bro. Yeah, we can get rid of these. We don't really need these. This is just to show where we were as far as like pullbacks. We don't really care about the fibs right now. Do we have starters already? Yeah. We got the starters. But so this is what I mean by watch, rinse, repeat, right? So the easiest way to do that, like I said, remember I said the 705s 1 DTEs had already dropped. So what did I do? I ended up grabbing the 1 DTEs at 0.82. Or no, not 0.82. That was where I originally bought them at. What is this at? Let me go back to my history real quick. Oh, 0.8 flat. We bought them at 0.8 flat. They're now up to 0.96. All right. So on that secondary entry for the 1 DTEs, we caught those from 0.8 flat to 196. The 0 DTEs, we took them from 0 to 20%. Right. So now once we sell the zeros, now we have a buffer. Right. Now we have a little wiggle room. We got some cushion. We got a little profit under our belt. So now we have less pressure on our brains because, oh, cool. We got out the zero, so that's 20%. Now we have a nice little cushion of money, right? We're up. Let's just say flat $100. Let's say we're up 100. If I took the zeros for 20% and I sold them for 20, I'm up $20. And I also bought 1 DTEs. Those are also up $20. Now I'm up $40 with $20 already profited. So therefore, I would have to lose completely on those ones to take out profit. And are we gonna let that happen? Absolutely not. We never let that happen, right? So because they're 1 DTEs, they don't move that fast. Not, you know what I'm saying? They're not moving as fast to cook everybody. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get back into the zeros if it permits, right? If this holds, we get the sweep. Where are we going? Taking out the high, right? And what are we gonna do to get those? We'll probably take some 703s, right? 703 0 DTEs, and we're gonna start a starter position. Right? And then if we start to push, you can add into the winners, add into the squeeze. You know what I'm saying? Add into that push. This is where the true money lies, adding into your winners. You are increasing your profit, right? Stop averaging down when you're down. That makes no sense. If you're wrong or you're down, why would you average in? You're just adding more risk to be even more wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Like even the shorts. Let's say people keep trying to short it, right? They tried shorts here. Oh, they tried them again here. They tried to average down. They average down again. They average down again. They probably might get a little bit of that back. Oh, let me double down again. And now they're back, right? You feel what I'm saying? So averaging down messes up your mental. You don't need to average down. You need to average into your winners, right? When we broke here, we were in ones. We got into zeros. We got into more ones. You right? We squeezed back up. I sold, right? I accidentally market sold. I got back in. I got back in on the runners. And what did I do? I trimmed, right? I took that profit. I'm adding into winners. If I'm wrong, I don't want to be more wrong. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to be more wrong. That shit gonna hurt my feelings. I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm geeked. I geeked. So you don't want to be geeking out here. So yeah, avoid that. You know, I know a lot of people do average down. That's them. But I'm just saying, as far as building good habits, right? Trading is about building good habits. You want to build patience. You want to build, you know what I'm saying? You want to be mentally strong. You want to have all this stuff that's going for you. So averaging into winners, you're just hoping that you can get to break even. Damn, I hope if I can just get to break even, if I can just, you know what I'm saying? Once you start thinking like that, you're already mentally cooked. So to avoid it, once you start seeing, oh wait, hold on, maybe I'm looking at the charts a little wrong. Dang, I'm down. All right, cool. If you want to hold it and hope it goes back up, okay, cool, that's fine. But trying to average down as it's going against you is crazy as hell to me, especially when you see plays that are not going your way. Right now, let's say you got puts maybe like right here, right, and you want to add into those even with this wick, right? You could risk coming back up here, you know, losing that. You could risk that in order to take this wick out for sure. That would also work. He threw up. He threw up right here. Look, he threw up on my bag too. He was over here yakking. I was like, "Gang, you straight, son?" Yeah, he was over here. I don't know what he ate. I heard him doing something, and then he just started throwing up. Yeah, that's literally what it was. I'm over here chat like, "What the hell? You straight, son?" I said, my fault, chat. Cat over here geeked. Kid is geeking. Yeah, so we got 10 minutes left for this 30-minute closes. So yeah, remember what I said. Look, pre-market high. Bang. This is your key. That is your key. That is the only place now you can fully accept a long true position. Back above, right? That's where you take, excuse me, that's, oof, I got the hiccups. That's where you take the longs. Because, remember, we're at support, but we haven't reacted to it yet. This, yes, was a hot stove reaction. We do like to see that. That is step one, right? But you need more than step one to go long. You need step one. You need recover. Step two. You need retest. Step three. Breakout over pre-market highs. Step four. And then obviously target your new high of day, right? All right. Google. Oh. Let's check Google again. How's Google looking? Okay. Yeah. Actually, let's mess with a little goo, man. Let's go see what Google talking about. Let's see what Google talking about. Google 342s. Is this for tomorrow? 342s are $67. Your battery PC is running low. Bro, how? What the hell? This laptop is trash. What the heck? Turn on dark mode. Apply. Heck no. Oh, this is terrible, bro. I literally just got this laptop yesterday. VA just gave it to me. 20 minutes? What the heck? Your battery is low. Your battery is low. All right, give me 1 second, chat. But what am I about to say? Yes, I do like these. I really do. I do like these. I kind of do like these. I'm not gonna lie. And then you got a little you got this right here, a little higher double bottom with a little neckline. All you need is just to break the neckline, right? We break the neckline, you got at least to high day 340, yada yada yada. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do like these, so I'm actually gonna try a starter. Once I get that trigger, I'll go ahead and get a starter of Google 342.5s for April 17th. So that's what I'll try. But once we get the alert first, obviously, like I said, don't jump that gun. If I find out y'all jumping guns, I'm on y'all at like back pockets. All right, let's go back to SPY. Yeah, also same thing. Over 702, you know what I'm saying? We like that. Over 702, we rocking with that. That's the only way we rocking with that. Downside, you gotta play underneath, fink back down, and then you get either that high or low double bottom here. The likelihoods of us cracking through this, we gonna need a lot of volume for that, right? We're gonna need some. It's got to be a huge red candle, right? It's got to really be like one of these. It has to absolutely lose high of day, lose pre-market low. Like, it has to really come down, right? That's the only way I would even think, oh, yeah, let's go short, you know? But breakout retest, I don't know, chat. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna leave that right there. And then, yeah, that's really about it. So we got both plays. We got the downside set up, head and shoulders. We got the upside set up, the failure, right? 702. That was a beautiful topping area. That was gorgeous. Yeah. See, come down here would be nice. Come down right here and then trick and trap, because this will be the first test of the algos, right? Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something real quick. Let me just see something. Gotta see something. I gotta see where we at on my Webull chart. Oh, Webull looks even, dang. Looking at my Webull looks even better for to hold. Yeah, there's not even like I'm saying, like I mean, the best place I'd say if we did decide to lose low of day magically would probably be like 698 or 697 and 698. That'd be the only zone I'd probably look to buy more calls at, which is roughly right around here. Because they can't, like I said, we've topped so much they can smack it. But we'll see it. We'll see if that's what they want to do. Aren't we so glad we trimmed up here? Gorgeous. What these looking like? Could I just do up all in my bag? Gross.
What happened?
Boy was drinking last night. He was drinking.
You be doing too much with the eating. My dad doesn't understand.
Yeah, bro is huge. I ain't gonna lie. Could be in here.
That's all he does.
Like, bro, you don't do nothing but eat, son? What the heck? Who logged into my YouTube? I done left this thing logged in New York, Atlanta. Watching phonics and numbers.
Me, I'm not gonna use your YouTube because I don't want to throw your algorithm off people in other parts of the country.
Mr. Beast must be stopped. No. Jules TV? Who watching Jules TV on my stuff? Uh-oh. Now they're finna break it down. Every time I see that dude, he looks like Justin to me. Clearly, just like him. Alright, let's see where we at. Alright, we still at the neckline. Man.
Stop rubbing up on me. I'm not gonna feed you.
Dang. You ain't rocking with cuz? Let's see if we can get that no bomb squeeze. Come on, squeeze us. You ain't rocking with cuz? He said, come on, bro, feed me. He said, just a little grub.
Are you up?
We've been catching banger after banger after banger. After what? Banger. And we're about to catch another one. They got this little bear trap thing looking real juicy. So I'm over here thinking like I might just, for the last little play, you know what I'm saying? I might just grab some calls, but I'm waiting for this level to hit first, because we got 2 minutes left in this candle. But we literally broke over Hive Day, and now this will be our 30-minute retest, and we're literally like right at it too. So the next candle, I'll wait, see if we can get like a little bottom wick, a little, and then I'm gonna shoot the trigger. And then where are we gonna go? To the moon.
To the Laker game.
You said what?
I thought to the Laker game.
To the Laker game. Well, we probably gonna do that. We can do that anyway. How y'all doing, chat? How we doing on time? Everybody cool? Y'all catching the vibe? Sorry, that alarm is loud. What's the trigger level for Google Spy when you enter the trade after the retest? Yes. So yeah, like I said, we're not jumping the gun yet, because we still got this. We need to see this We need to see this head and shoulder fail first. That's the only way we get calls back above, right? Back above high day, right? Back above high day. Boom, we can attempt get that squeeze back up, pre-market high, take out pre-market high, aim for high. Google, the trigger is, what is this? I got it set right here for the alert. 338. That's the trigger for that. But yeah, like I said, we're not in yet. We remember I said we need to break it. That's gonna be our. So look, the first sign was the test. We didn't seem to crack that low, and this candle has a minute left. I mean, anything can happen in a minute, but it doesn't look like it's gonna take out that low in 1 minute. But yeah, so anything over this, right? 338, break re, back up. And that's why I said I like the calls, the 1DT calls. I'm definitely gonna try some of those. If, like I said, that's why we set an alert, right? We set an alert so we don't gotta watch it all day. That's why I'm not really paying attention to it. But if that alert hits, trigger, I'm in. Uh-oh. Break down. We got to close lower. Be careful. We still got this wick, obviously, but we did get that lower close. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. See, we're right here. Right at it. 30 seconds.
Well, it wasn't to make it was me. I did verse it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker, which we support. And
This man Trump talking about something. Oh, it wasn't me portraying Jesus. I thought it was a Red Cross doctor.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
That's what it is.
stop
No,
the
you don't pay
cap.
attention to me.
Hush, I'm just reiterating it.
Stop telling me that.
Well, calm down. Well, you irritating. Don't do that. Every time I say something, you don't gotta say something back. Just reiterating what's going on right now on the TV.
But it's like I had told you that.
I know you told me that. There's a lot of things we've already talked about. We talk about it again. What do you mean that chill? But no, for real, they won't let me though. If I put music on the background, they be. I had music on the first one and then they took it off. They said it was copyright. I'm like, damn, we can't have a little tunes in the background. That's messed up. I'm here trying to turn up, bro. They won't even let me play no tunes. Boom, boom, boom. Got the sweep. Now if it loses this sweep, like I said, we already know where our low is. Right in here, right? We already know where that bottom is. Boom, break retest, we go lower, right? If it doesn't hold, then this is just a sweep, right? And this is a sweep, that means everything under here is going to be resistance. If this is a sweep, it's going to do like this and can't go. And then we have a huge right here, 699, and then right here, 697. Honestly, we might be able to make more going to the downside, to be honest, if they give it to us. Yeah, especially because we got the news, too. Do you worry about EMA, SMA on the lower time frames, like peers respecting AMA on the 5? Yeah, not really. Not really. I don't really look at that stuff too much. Let me see what Goog talking about. Yeah, see, Goog didn't got the sweep, and then it started to reject. So now Goog's probably gonna, if like I said, if it doesn't reclaim, wraps. Go ahead and short that boy. And if that's the case, shit, we're gonna make some more money to the downside too. All right, let's see. So now look, now we are at the bottom of the channel. All right, let's get rid of this real. Get rid of this real quick. Get rid of this. Yeah, we're literally, mind you, we're in this slow grind channel up. So if they never take out this wick, all this is, it's just building liquidity, and they're gonna shoot it right back up. No, for real, but they need to allow it somehow to where you can just blast music on YouTube, bro. That's what they need to do. All right, yeah, so look, this is where I'm going to start to look for. Remember what I said as far as buying time? buying time gives you like it gives you more mental clarity, right? So instead of me trying zeros again, why? Because we're already up. We're already up for the day. Remember what I said? We took most of that profit off up here, right? We grabbed some zeros. We sold them for 20%. We got the ones still, right? The ones are chilling. Ones are chilling, right? They're doing really ain't doing too much of nothing. But if those go bad, let's say the 1DTs go bad, we can just cut them, right? For a very small loss. Now the zeros, if that goes bad, you know those are going to be down 50, 60% instantly, right? So we already caught this move, right? We already caught a 2-leg up. Now let's see if we can get a 2-leg down, or if it's going to be a full-blown reversal. And either way it goes, it won't matter to us because we've already trimmed. You feel what I'm saying? We've already trimmed along the way. So that way, remember what I said earlier, if you're up 500, you should not be trading with anything over 200, right? Maybe even 250 max. So that way, if you do go wrong, or if you do spam or get in late, whatever it goes wrong, you're cool. You're still up. You're still good, right? You're chilling. You ain't really tripping. Ain't nothing going too bad. But yeah, set alerts. Like I said, set alerts 7. Well, you can set one here, obviously at high day 701. But I wouldn't necessarily call the high day the best entry, right? There we go. Is he gonna break this time? We got that hard line right at 700. Hopefully they give us the oh, look, trend line break. Right? Trend line break. Wee. Watch that low. That's crazy. It took 1 wick to hit it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35, 40 minutes just to come out and take that shit out. That's crazy though. Yowza. Oh yeah, Googs rap skis. That's why I said we don't jump the gun. Look how close we were to getting that trigger. Look how close we were to getting that trigger. We were literally 3 pennies away. Didn't get it. Excuse me. See, look, what I said earlier. You can sell once your algos start to break. Aggressive algos started to break. What do? We sold. We sold our 705s. We sold everything majority. We had a couple runners. Now if it goes against us, it's fine, right? You got runners. That's what runners are for. Runners are there to where if they do go bad or the play goes against you, it won't really matter because they're runners, right? But if it goes in your favor, then hey, it's a little bit more profit you can capitalize on, right? And besides, we have time. So because we sold the zeros instantly, right? We sold the zeros 20% in and out, quick, in and out. Grab the ones. Now we're chilling, right? We're chilling. We're still above, right? Or 700. We're just in this liquidity zone. So we got to see reactions. Only way we cut the ones, like I said, if it come down hard, breakdown, retest, cool. We cut the ones, cool. We'll take that L on those runners. Who cares, right? That's what trading's about. It's about taking the best risk reward. And like I was saying earlier, as long as your risk manager is A1, grade 1, nothing else really matters. You straight, right? You straight. You're going to be okay. But yeah, all I'm watching for, because they keep doing this, I'm not gonna trade short, right? I'd rather just leave it alone and let it, like, instead of trying to buy puts as well. You, like I said, you can, like, we know the rules, right? We break down, retest, reject, like, you know the rules if you wanted to play puts. But because we've already banked to the upside, well, we really banked at that opening, 90, 100 some percent. So we banked here, right? We banked here. Do we need to keep putting money into the market and taking that risk? No. Like my boy said, he took his money on and boy went run on. The boy took his money on and he ran. Check out playback or Google copyright free music on YouTube vids. Hold on, let me see. I got cat hair. I just got this yesterday. It's cat hair all over it. Bro, there's no way it's dead. Are you serious? Well, this laptop is terrible. Bro, this laptop's already dead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Looks like we might be topping. Remember, set an alert here, set an alert here.
Let's go get on that train. Everyone is so excited to board this train. I located my train car and found my seat. So let the adventure.
Bro, that's crazy. The laptop really died. All right, what I'm gonna look it up. Playback or Google copyright free music for YouTube vids. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, cause bro, I love music, man. I'm always when I'm trading. That's kind of why I stopped in the first place, bro. Like it was just I like to be jamming music, then I gotta talk over it, I gotta turn it down. Eventually, it was just like, man, whatever. I don't care that much. But
That's 24 hours right there. Next, we go to Chicago, and then we make our way all the way to Seattle, Washington, before
what the hell?
embarking
To sign in.
where I will hopefully someday
There we go.
finish
It
this
should take
trip.
forever to
At
sign
this
in.
point, one of the train attendants started sharing how if even one of
Let's
us
see.
misbehave,
Oop. Bro, what the hell?
that was kind of scary. This guy sat next to me.
Stop.
Hopefully, I can build up the courage to talk to him soon. We left Miami.
This thing keeps trying to connect. I'm not trying to connect. I do not want to connect.
For the next 24 hours. This is the cheapest Amtrak.
All right, what is it? YouTube.
Look at this leg room. That's a big backpack.
YouTube.
A little footrest when your feet get tired. Your own personal
Copyright
Hello? This is so
music.
close. There's a tray table, this little ball thing for moving your seat back. I wanted a good video of me reclining the seat, so I asked the guy next to me.
Copyright free.
Yeah. Somehow this is the only
Yeah, I'm gonna find a little playlist for us too, bro. Get some catch a little vibe. Usually always on the 30. Yeah. For confirmations, absolutely. If I'm scalping, yeah, I'll take like an opening scalp. Yeah, I'll look at the 5. But for confirmation, yes, absolutely. Because look, this is literally what happened every single day. Consolidate, sweep, break, retest, and then we squeezed. Well, you can't say, you know what I'm saying? You can't jump the gun and say, oh, it's going to happen every time. But when you're using the higher time frames, it's going to give you a better, you know what I'm saying? A better vision. You'll be able to hold longer. And like I said, especially when you're buying time, like we're not in zeros no more. So because we bought time, like, you know, I mean, shit don't really matter for real. Royalty free music, no copyright. All right, let's see if they let us play. Ooh. Bro, what? I have this laptop on the charger and it's at 0%. No way this laptop is this at. Yeah, no, I'm finna cuss the VA smooth out. Like, man, I know y'all didn't give me some default BS.
Just between you and me, I made this train map so I had an excuse to use my emoji. In other news, we have arrived to the dining car. Looks like the party has already begun. I found a cafe that serves hot food.
Bro, this should take forever.
It was great. It has a lot to offer.
Slow as hell.
Oatmeal and then a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel. And lastly, a coffee. Sweet. What a fun experience. Thank you. We got ourselves a pretty good train breakfast here. I got coffee, oatmeal, and a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel.
Let's see. Okay, catch a little vibe. Let me see how it sounds though on my side. Let me see what it sounds like. Yeah, see, all this consolidation underneath, we don't want that. We want, for longs, you want breakout, retest, continue, right? For downside, you want breakdown, under here, continue, right? That's what you want for puts. Either way. And it's looking pretty iffy. Remember, you want to see this, I'm talking about snapback. So if you're still, like I said, if you're in the ones, you know they're starting to go down, hey, it's all good. Go ahead and cut them. That's why we sizing in. just joined the live again. What's the situation? What's the 411? All right, 411 is, so initially you want, for bulls, right, in this zone, you want to see this hold, right? You want to see this hold for the bulls reclaim. It's not right now, so you're looking for a breakdown underneath this, retest, we go lower, right? Remember, look where we are. We have topped, hit the very, very top of the selling algo, right? We're at the very, very top. So this thing really can come down, but it needs that confirmation underneath, and we'll catch that too. Shit, we don't just do calls on this channel, we do everything. So if we break under that, break down, retest, and we'll take, let's say we'll take for downside puts, we'll take 699 puts or some shit like that. Oh, see, yeah, it's already starting to go. Yeah, see, oh, we got the close below. Ding, 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 ding. That means the bounce as of now is invalidated. Only way it gets revalidated is if, like I said, bottoms here, comes back up. If not, we're going to slice, all right? It's going to make new lower day most likely because we are topped out, right? We broke down. Remember, look what I said. You can hold as long as we are in the channel, right? We got the initial pop. We back tested. We topped out. So if this is going to be the top, hey, screw it, right? We already took our profit. We're cool, we chilling. And this is why I said you never overstay your welcome, and you're always trimming into the move. If you're in calls, you're trimming into the move. If you caught the shorts, you're trimming into the shorts. You feel what I'm saying? Schmackaroons. Had to get a little schmackers. Yeah, if they give us lower day, that'd be ideal. We'll finally get a damn pullback, man. This would be ideal as far as like an overall 4-hour, hourly pullback. This would be ideal, bro. But yeah, the market's so lame right now. They won't give us a true pullback. Yeah, why does it keep disconnecting me, bro? Something's going on. All right, cool. Look, we've broken, right? So now you got to be careful. You either need a pink right back up, or you need retest, breakdown, right? Breakdown, boom. Now you've came out. Yeah, I'm looking at these the puts, bro. If you don't take that profit quick as hell on those puts, bro, those puts are still. And it's so funny because I'm looking at like the options or whatever. Bro, what the hell? It's saying my laptop's on 0 even though it's plugged in. Oh hell no! I gotta return this laptop. Piece of shit. Yeah, those puts are getting absolutely wrecked every single bounce. I'm looking at them right now. I just grabbed not too many, but just a couple. Just grabbed a couple. I want to see how we move off this, right? I grabbed a little, not too crazy, a little 699, not too crazy. I want to see if we can come back down here. Not too crazy. They're only up like 20% right now, so just a small size. And I didn't want y'all to take these because I don't know how, I don't know how this is gonna move. This is just a little sniper scalp. Remember, I said I want y'all to be able to take the trades that gives you the most profit back. So a little scalp, like, yeah, it may be quick, it may be easy, but I don't like giving y'all those plays because it's a lot quicker. And then the live is lagging too. Obviously the live isn't live, or you're probably delayed by like 30 seconds or so. You feel what I'm saying? So by the time I'm like, oh hey, grab the, you know what I'm saying? If I'm looking for a scalp specifically myself, and I'm like, hey, grab puts real quick. By the time you hear and see it and get in, move's probably already done. Especially if I'm looking for a scalp. So I don't call scalps, much on here. I only really call positions, right? Like this was a position. We held this for 15, 30, you know what I'm saying? Out. That is a position. Catching this to this, that's not a position. That is a scalp. And even then, if you're not a pro, you don't know what you're doing, you can get in when you hear it, and then like I said, by the time the trade's actually live, you know what I'm saying, it could be done. So I don't call out scalps on here, but I definitely always call out trades. So we're waiting for the next trade, which hopefully is that squeeze right back up, and they just go, woo-doo-doo. It'd be more fun that way. That's crazy. You literally just catching bangers, bro. I love this shit. I love this shit. I gotta figure out what's going on with this laptop, though. What kind of laptop is this? I'm gonna look this up. Bro, yeah, I just got this laptop yesterday and it won't even charge. Brand new laptop, done. Charging. Yeah, I gotta figure this out, bro. The laptop's on 0% and it's plugged into the charger. Yeah, I'm gonna have to return it. Yeah, how hard do we set this? One second, y'all. My fault. I'm trying to figure out what's going on my laptop. It said, even the Detroit Pistons winning it all. Detroit? Bro, you crazy as hell? You want Detroit to win? No way. I said, all right, thanks. 609 PV. No. You got to wait for that, right? You got the breakdown retest. If you continue lower, like I said, obviously you can aim for that 699.35, aim for lower day. But I'm not. I already took the scalps, right? I already took them. Nice little 40%. And if he wants to go lower, obviously that's cool, right? We don't got to catch every single scalp, every single play. Now I'm looking for the big moves. If it's going to be a big move down, screw it. You know, it is what it is. We've already banked crazy today. Pistons are a fluke. Yeah, no, for real. What? You want Detroit? The other side of the charger plugs into the wall. Yeah, yeah, it's plugged into the wall. It's on 0%. It's literally just living on the plug. But I'm like, why is it not charging? But yes, best for us to learn the charts and the strat, then do our own snipes. Exactly. Yes. So I'm giving you, you know what I'm saying, the game plans so you can see overall what the move should be, right? Yeah. Now that's not, look, see, whole move gone, 2 candles, 7 minutes left. If this candle comes out here, then this is a sweep, right? And then, yes, you're going to want to buy shorts with time. Like maybe 1 DTEs, 695s or something like that. But if this holds, remember, this is just a higher time frame move of what we've seen on the smaller time frames, right? See how this came all the way down and then it went all the way back up? This could be that just on the higher time frame. So you don't want to just jump in just because you see big red candles, right? The same moves that apply on the small, they apply on the big one. You just got to be a lot more patient with it. So if you're playing, like I said, over here when we did it on the 5 and the 1, you know what I'm saying? It did that crazy sell real quick. It was easier to catch because it was only 5 minutes, 5, 15, you know what I'm saying? 5-minute candles. But when you're having to be patient, obviously it's going to be a little harder. But this is why I always preach patience. It's okay. You're not in a rush, right? You need the higher time frames for confirmation anyway. Ran laptop study. Deep discharge battery, faulty charger or connection issues. And there's neither of those. Power to the wall. Yeah, it's plugged in. It's plugged in. And Darren plus Kate are legit. Now, for sure. I was actually surprised to even see Darren in the All-Star game. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, let's look at some prize picks while we wait for this. He got a double stream going on. All right, let's see. So we got today in the NBA. I need to start doing some MLB picks again. What's today? Oh, there's no games today. It's Thursday. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? What am I gonna do? No events today. Oh, there's only baseball. Okay. Oh, my Astros play today. Let's see. Let's check the slips. And nah, where we at? Houston. RBI. I'm going over on my boy. You know what I'm saying? Jose Altuve. Gotta go over on Cuz. Gotta go over on. Where's my boy? Oh, Carrera. Gotta take Cuz. And then we'll take Ezequiel Tovar for Colorado. We'll take that. Oh, look. See? Look. Perfect. See? That's what I mean by waiting. Just be patient, man. Just be patient. So if this does reclaim, like I said, we know our rules. We want to see high of day first, and then we want to see pre-market high. If that recovers, we are okay, right? You don't panic in these situations. You see one red candle, you do not panic. You don't freak out. You don't lose your head. You don't lose your cool. And you definitely don't lose your profit, right? You don't lose your profit trying to trace moves, because one thing can happen, right? This can cook both sides. This can cook calls and puts right here, right? Whenever it goes sideways or instant back and forth, if you're not sure, or you just picking sides or switching sides and, oh, I'm in puts here, oh, then I'm in call, you know what I'm saying? They can do that. But you need to see the squeeze back above. Remember, you want to see hot stove. You want to see buoyancy. Like my boy said earlier, buoyancy. Like holding a ball underwater. You hold a ball underwater, as soon as you let it go, right back up, right? You want to see that for either side. So let's say if you're looking for calls, you want to see it try to hold underneath and just can't do it, right? And just pounce right back. That's going to give you a nice sign that, hey, they're probably going to want to come back and squeeze back up and at least test this underbelly 702, right? And then vice versa for calls. You want to reverse that. You want to flip it, right? I mean, for puts, my fault, for puts. So reverse it for puts. You want to have that thing go down, and then every time it goes back up, it just can't, right? And it just can't. So vice versa, same rules apply. You know what I'm saying? Same rules apply. Just patience. But yeah, this is why you do other stuff. This is why you set alerts. The only reason we're even sitting here just watching this on live is because I'm on live. But normally, yeah, bro, you set an alert. You already made your money for the day. You'll get back in if these things align, right? If this, then this. So if this, yes, I will get back into calls. If we break high day and then we can push back up some nice volume, I'll start to scale in. We get back over 702. What do we want? High day. That's all we want. We mess around and be able to just set an alert here and just walk away. All right, it's still fairly early. It's lunchtime, well, at noon. But like I said, you never want to jump the gun, because this can be a breakdown, retest, failure. You know what I'm saying? You can go either way. So that's why I said in between, you don't diddle in the middle. My boy say, no diddling in the middling. Crazy little wick though. No, my Mac's about to die. Oh no, I might have to leave y'all. So look, set alerts, high day, 701.30, 702, flat, right? You set alert there, you buy calls if that breaks. If this turns into support, you buy calls. If it does not, I personally am not going to short it. Even if it goes to hell, I'd rather watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather watch and see a rebounds. Because you see this, every time you get some bears trying to come in, they wick. You know what I'm saying? Even if it does go lower from here, you still got to sit through all that pain, right? You got to sit and watch all that bullishness come back in. It's going to take a lot for it to actually just flip completely, right? So instead of me trying to catch the downside, that's not really part of my game plan per se. Not to say that you can't do it. Obviously you can. Money is money. But trying to catch every side, catch every single move, catch everything, you know what I'm saying? That's you're putting risk back on the table. If you've already made money, why would you put money back on the table? Walk away. If not, then you're just a gambler and you're addicted to that. So, and besides, it's early, so you want to save buying power for later on. So let's say this does chop in here. You wasted all your buying power, and then we finally get a move and you don't get it, or we get a trap and it goes down and you don't miss it. So my laptop's about to die. So I'll probably just end it here for now, and then if I get it back up or later on, I'll do the wait, said I'm prepared for my Cavs to get bounced. Bro, you know who I'm scared of in the playoffs? Curry, bro. He's back. He's feeling good. He dropped 7 threes last night. So Rockets beat the Lakers, of course. That's gonna happen because there's no Luka, there's no Austin Reeves. Y'all got Bronny James. Y'all got the James family. That's not enough to take out no KD, no Amen Thompson, Alfred Sengun. You know what I'm saying? What's my boy Jabari Smith? You feel me? Dasha Kogi, Clint Capella. Like, yeah, nah, y'all not. Lakers not taking out no Rockets at all. But yeah. So the Clippers, yeah, I don't know about that one. The Clippers, they got cooked. But it was Golden State. Could you look at Google real quick before leaving, brother? Yeah, I got you. It'll be my last percent. Why I keep disconnecting me? All right, yeah. So it's back here at that same bottom, right? So all you want to do is give yourself a nice little zone here, and yeah. So it's going sideways. And remember what I said earlier too. This is why you don't chase breakouts until you get a retest, because you can chop, right? You can build liquidity for a while, and you don't know which way it's gonna go. It could build liquidity and be overhead supply and just tank, or it can just be support for a while, right? And it might take a day or two and then go. So yeah. Oh shit, bro. I hate this laptop. But yeah. So again, I'm not gonna take Google. Not really my thing. But yeah, if it does go back over 338, then I'll leave the trigger there and I'll get in. But other than that, we're straight, man. We're chilling, bro. We're chilling. If this wants to go, we already know. High of day 702. High of day 702. Both of those, right? That's all you need to watch for. If it doesn't happen, don't force it, man. Don't force it. Go enjoy your day. I'm about to get off this. I'm about to close my laptop. Like I said, I have my alerts. See, we've kind of reclaimed the trend line. If we do bounce, we know what's going on, right? We know what's going on. We're going to take out the high. So don't rush it. Don't force it. It's cool. Relax. You made money today. Walk away. Especially my boy in here. My boy in here. You said you made your bread. Go touch some grass, gang. Go touch some grass, bro. But, yeah. So I end it here. See y'all.